Good, Al. Yeah, that's tough. End us with one here. Give us one here. Give us one here. Hey! Let's go, folks. Be aggressive. A lot of juice. Make it one to remember. Come on. Big balls on three. 1, 2, 3. Big balls. Let's go, boys. Come on. Right away. Right away. Get in there.
Illinois Wesleyan basketball pregame show in 90 seconds from Mark. Titan basketball pregame show coming up in 60 seconds. 60 seconds from Mark. Titan basketball pregame show in 30 seconds from Mark. Countdown in 15 seconds from Mark. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
The Titans are going to win the ball game. Your 2023 CCIW Men's Lacrosse Tournament champions are the Titans.
6 to shoot. Rope wrangles in. The leaner off the glass and in. But the Titans go for win number 20 tonight as they try to move closer to an NCAA tournament bid. Live from Denny Bridges Court at Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan University, this is Illinois Wesleyan Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, and IWSports.com. It is the regular season home finale as the 11th ranked Illinois Wesleyan Titans take on the Vikings from North Park University. Good evening, I'm Eric Stock along with Joel Swanson. Glad to have you with us here tonight. And after the big win on Saturday over the Big Blue, the Titans going for number 20. There is no magic number for making the NCAA tournament, but certainly it appears, Joel, that the Titans, if they can get just one more win, if that is even necessary, they would seal a postseason bid.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. The Titans are in excellent shape NCAA-wise. We know pretty much locked into the 2 seed in the conference tournament. Obviously, there's still a door open there, but it's a tight one right now to try to get to that top seed in the conference tournament. But in really good shape NCAA tournament-wise. So right now, I think for Illinois Wesleyan, it's about playing good basketball. And, they're going to see a different type of team in North Park tonight, so they're going to have to handle full court pressure. Should be a really interesting game against a North Park team that can put some big-time points on the board.
Yeah, they can put up a lot of points. They've given up a lot of points in the last couple of games. When we saw them back in early January up in Chicago on January the 8th, North Park had come in playing some really good basketball. They were picked second from the bottom in the CCIW race at the start of the season. They won their first 5 in league play, and it's understandable why some thought North Park would be a question mark coming into this year. They lost 4 of their top scorers from the last year, including Colton Van Landingham, who was a first-team All-CCIW performer last year, went into the transfer portal. So this year they transitioned with a much different rotation and a new head coach after Sean Smith left after 2 years, resurrected the Vikings, got them into the Sweet 16 2 years ago. He leaves to become a Division I assistant. They hand the program over to his assistant for the last 2 years, Edwin McGee. So it was understandable that there would be a lot of questions about this team. They exceeded everyone's expectations, but then they've struggled here in the second half of the season, now with 4 straight defeats.
Yeah, losing 5 out of their last 6, and they have struggled on the defensive end. This is a team that's going to put a tremendous amount of ball pressure on Illinois Wesleyan. Titans are going to have to be able to handle the basketball both in the front court and in the back court here tonight. But for North Park, Eric, in the last 5 games, giving up an average of 91 points per game, certainly has been a struggle on the defensive end. Teams have been able to handle that pressure and get easy baskets on the other end. That's been a problem for the Vikings.
Well, the Titans had some success in the last time they played back on January the 8th, an 80-69 victory. The Titans were able to handle the pressure very well, and of course that's going to be a key here tonight as well.
Certainly will, and the point guards will be important, but Illinois Wesleyan has a number of guys that can handle the basketball. I think the key for the Titans is throwing the basketball over the top of that pressure and then using their size on the other end. You got to make North Park pay for that defensive pressure, and getting easy buckets will be major keys for the Titans, and they've done a pretty good job of that all year. But boy, if you look at North Park's steals numbers, they are off the charts good. They can turn you over, and they can get easy baskets on the other end. That's what the Titans have to avoid here this evening.
Well, we'll bring you our players to watch, our keys to the game, and we'll also hear from Coach Ron Rose after this timeout. The Titans and the Vikings in the last game, perhaps, at Shirk Center this season. We'll be back in a moment. This is Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, and IWSports.com.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off. And the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight 13-12.
I can see it now. The smell of the grass on the quad. That sense of excitement in the air each fall. It feels like yesterday. While I'm no longer 18, I know there are students out there ready for an opportunity like I had. For the space to discover passions, bond over dreams, and make lifelong friends. Breakthrough at Illinois Wesleyan University.
And here at Shirk Center, Eric Stock and Joel Swanson for the 24th game of the regular season. Illinois Wesleyan at 19-4 on the year, 11-3 in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. A game back of the leaders from Carthage, while the Vikings come in on a 4-game skid. They're 14-10 on the year and 9-6 in the CCIW. We'll hear from Coach Rose in a moment, but first our players to watch for tonight's conference matchup.
Yeah, first of all, for North Park this evening, boy, the big guy inside is DJ Wallace. North Park does not have a lot of size at 6'8". Another guy actually to watch as well is Tajon Berry at 6'5". But, boy, Wallace is going to help rebound, but he really does a nice job protecting the rim, and that's going to be really important for North Park on the defensive end of the floor. Can't give up easy layups, and he's going to be a big part of keeping that from happening. For Illinois Wesleyan, both of the point guards tonight going to be big to watch. Jackson Nego and also Josh Fridman, the freshman and the sophomore, are going to have to handle full court pressure from North Park all night long. Nice thing for those two is they're certainly not alone. Illinois Wesleyan's got a number of guys who can handle the basketball, but really I think the point guards are the key for the Titans, breaking that pressure and getting it up floor to try to get easy baskets. Our keys to the game tonight, first of all, for the Vikings of North Park. Boy, they do what they do best, which is turn the other team over and try to get easy layups. They need to force turnovers tonight and pressure Illinois Wesleyan's offense. The key for North Park is keeping the Titans out of the lane as much as they possibly can, and you can do that a couple different ways, forcing turnovers in the backcourt for easy baskets, but also really pressuring Illinois Wesleyan's offense and keeping them out on the floor. Make sure you keep the ball out of the post as much as possible tonight for North Park. They're thin up front, and boy, the Titans are loaded in that front court and compete in the paint. This is not a real great rebounding team from the north side of Chicago. They're going to have to really compete inside and also on the boards if they have a chance to win here this evening.
And let's get Ron Rose's assessment of tonight's matchup with North Park. Do you feel the team now has its second win for the home stretch?
Well, it certainly was a good day, and what we were hoping for a senior night, and hopefully that could be kind of a turning point. We've only got 2 regular season games left, and now is the time you want to peak, and hopefully that is really a sign. I love the response the team gave in terms of a tough week where we dropped 2 games earlier, really dug in and got to work, and I thought it really showed on Saturday.
And what also really showed was the home crowd, over 2,000 people at Shirk Center in Illinois Wesleyan. Not unusual for them, but the Titans ranked second in all of Division III basketball in home attendance.
Yeah, it was awesome, wasn't it? Man, we appreciate our supporters so much, and it's one of the things that makes Illinois Wesleyan basketball unique. It's one of the things that makes Titan basketball special, or the close friendships that have been developed over years and years and years. You come to a game and you just see so many alumni and friends that have been coming to games some as far back as when I played, which we know is quite a while, Eric.
A few years. I wasn't going to say that, but so you bring North Park back. You beat them their first time around at a time when they were kind of peaking. They were the surprise team at the start of the season, but since then they have sort of regressed a bit, coming in on a 4-game losing streak. I imagine they'll be pretty hungry tonight.
Yeah, we're all trying to position ourselves and play good basketball right before the conference tournament. They're very athletic. They play different than everybody else in the sense that they're going to full court press, switch everything, try to create chaos on the floor. We want to play a fast tempo, and we're not going to slow things down. But you do have. We want to keep it organized. You don't want them to speed you up faster than you want to go, and that's really one of the keys.
And they are a team that would more than likely have to go through Illinois Wesleyan next week if they are to advance. Does that affect your approach at all, as you could potentially play them again soon?
Well, it really doesn't. One thing I've learned is every game counts the same at the end of the day, and so we have prepared, and we're going to do everything we can to win this basketball game. If we were to face them next week, we'll face them next week and prepare for them for that. But tonight is, theoretically, and it could be our last home game of this season. So we want to do everything we can to put ourselves in a position to win the game.
We appreciate the time. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
Thanks, Eric.
All right, the Titans getting ready to play North Park for the second time this season. The Titans have won the last 3 head-to-head as they meet for the 131st time overall at a series that goes back to 1942. Illinois Wesleyan leads the all-time series 94-36. Well, if you think Joel and I have been around for a long time, there are some men here that have many more years under their belt than us, and we will recognize them after this timeout. It'll also come with the introduction of the starting lineups. The Titans and the North Park Vikings back in a moment. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, and IWSports.com.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade, from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Behind every Wesleyan success story is a community. One made of alumni and friends devoted to creating opportunities for the next generation of Titans. When you support the Wesleyan Fund, you make a difference. Join us in providing a first-class education, a rewarding campus experience, and a lifetime of opportunities. I'm Norm Ish, a graduate Illinois Wesleyan and the head football coach for the past 35 years. Join me in supporting the Wesleyan.
Welcome back to Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan. The Titans and North Park Vikings about to get underway. We typically at this moment send it down to the public address announcer Ben Alcine, but standing in for him for the moment, you'll figure out why very shortly, is Tony Bankston.
Of Illinois Wesleyan University and the Shirk Center for tonight's NCAA Division III men's basketball competition, featuring the Vikings of North Park University and the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan University. Before we begin tonight's contest, we would like to recognize some of our most dedicated workers behind the scenes who make Titan men's basketball one of the top collegiate programs in the country. The table crew is an essential part of making sure games run as smoothly as possible. And at Illinois Wesleyan, we are fortunate to have a group of individuals who have been extremely dedicated to their job throughout countless regular season, CCIW, and NCAA competitions. First to be recognized, shot clock operator for 18 years, Mike Weeding. Official scorekeeper for 34 years, Brian Metz. Your scoreboard and game clock operator for the last 40 years, Bob Murray. And the voice of the Titans for the past 42 years, Ben Alcine. Let's have one more round of applause for this dedicated group, the best table crew in the country.
I think I counted 134 years between that quartet. That is dedication to the university, to the athletics programs here at Illinois Wesleyan, and a lot of knowledge and a lot of stories that they no doubt share each and every game night, and we'll look forward to hearing more of those coming up at halftime. We'll talk with Bob Murray from the table crew.
Our contest on Denny Bridges Court, home of the 33-time CCIW Titans of Illinois Wesleyan, will feature the visiting North Park University Vikings, your hosts, the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan. North Park enters the contest 14-10 on the season, 9-6 in the CCIW. The Vikings are coached by Edwin McGee in his first season at the school. Illinois Wesleyan is 19-4 overall, 11-3 in CCIW play. Coaching the Titans in his 19th season at his alma mater with 6 conference championships and a record of 344 wins and 162 losses, Ron Rose. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, the IW band to play our national anthem. And now let's meet our starters. First, for the visiting Vikings of North Park, 6'3" and a senior from New Orleans, Louisiana, number 3, Preston Bax III. 6'2" and a senior from Chicago, 5, Rico Powell. A 6'5" senior from Chicago, number 10, Tajon Berry. 6 even and a senior from Chicago, number 12, TJ Gardner. And a 6'1 junior from Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, 20, Lance Nelson. And a senior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 12, Nick Roper. 6'5", and a sophomore from Normal, number 10, Mason Funk. The Titan center is a 6'10" senior from St. Louis, Missouri, 20, Harrison Wilson. At guard, 5'10", and a freshman from Northbrook, number 4, Josh Fridman. And at guard, 6'3", and a senior from Round Lake, 0, Hakeem Williams.
Well, as we mentioned at the outset, there is a fair amount at stake, not likely to be decided tonight, as Illinois Wesleyan is fairly close to locked into the number 2 spot of the CCIW race. They need a lot of help to get to number 1. Namely, Carthage would have to lose their last 2 games. Not likely to happen, but that's why they play the games. North Park fairly settled into the number 3 spot. They could potentially fall to 4 by a series of tiebreakers. This, of course, their last game of the regular season. At this point, they're just trying to position themselves for a run next week at the CCIW tournament, which in all likelihood would have to go through Illinois Wesleyan.
Yeah, but a very capable team, and a team that's been very high in the NPI, have kind of fallen quite a bit here over the last couple of weeks in that particular metric. The only metric that really matters right now in NCAA Division III basketball. But as we talked about, they had a great start to the season. Boy, as we kind of made that midway turn, it was Illinois Wesleyan, Carthage, and North Park on top. This is a very capable basketball team here, and we'll see how they play tonight.
Nick Roper, Tajon Berry on the center tap, and it's won by Illinois Wesleyan as they go left to right against man-to-man defense at the start. Hakeem Williams on the right wing. Inside to Roper, feeds it to Harrison Wilson, who fills the lane and scores.
That's going to be a problem for North Park, and that just don't have those rim protectors inside that can handle that size of Illinois Wesleyan. But now on the other end, for the Titans, they're going to spread you out. They're going to play almost 5 guards out there, so it's going to be tough to guard on the other end as well.
Against man-to-man defense here for the Titans. At the top of the key, Preston backs the third, swings it out on top to Berry, inside left of the lane for 2. The dribble drive there by the senior Rico Powell.
Yeah, really good back cut that time. Powell getting all the way to the basket, and he shows his leaping ability, able to score over the top of Hakeem Williams.
Roper glides off a screen, Wilson up top, left side to Fridman with a stutter step, works his way under the arc, bounces it out wide right to Hakeem Williams. Corner Roper 3, ball skims off the rim, and the ball caroms over to TJ Gardner, the senior from Kenwood. Now left wing, a 3 ball by Rico Powell, skims off the rim. Wilson got ripped down as the ball rolls away near midcourt, pinballs into the backcourt, and tracked down by TJ Gardner. Shot clock reset to 30. Now a 3 ball on the wing from Nelson off the rim. No, tipped, and Bax collects the rebound into the corner. Another 3, and Nelson knocks this one down.
Once the ball goes to the floor, that's where North Park has the advantage there. Long shots, long rebounds, able to get that offensive board and get that 3-point shot.
Fredman with the handoff broken up out of bounds. It'll still be Illinois Wesleyan basketball. Titans in their home white and green. The visitors from North Park in their light blue. Red numbers and letters and stars across the front, and the homage to the city of Chicago flag. They don't have the team name on the front, but they've got the individual names on the back, something you don't see in Division III basketball often. Roper on the right side, backs down behind the back dribble, kicks it on the wing. Hakeem Williams for 3, got it.
Yeah, pretty tough look that time for Hakeem. That was well guarded as Nelson had a nice closeout that time for North Park, a high hand, and Hakeem was able to knock it down over the top.
And we're tied at 5. 2 minutes gone by. In the early going, Gardner flips the ball up top to Nelson. Left-hand dribble to the free throw line. Works his way down low on Roper. Kicks it on the wing to Powell with a head fake. Moves in. Kicks it across to no one in particular. He was caught airborne and threw it away looking for backs and threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, wanted backs to relocate that time. So we're going to see the replay here on the offensive end for the Titans. Nick Roper doing what he does best, trying to get to that left hand. Good kick out. And you saw that Nelson had a good closeout there, and Williams just dropped it down over the top.
Fridman to the left elbow, backs down with a spin into the paint, kicks the right wing to Roper. Roper under the arc, swings it up top to Funk. Funk left of the lane, the scoop off balance shot, hit the rim and then careened off the backboard. And North Park takes it back the other way. Jump step, it's Powell into the paint. A runner, good for 2.
Yeah, nice job getting to the left hand right there. Able to finish at the rim, and that's what Coach Rose talked about. Chaotic pace. Create as much chaos as you can with your defensive pressure. Get out and run on the other end. And boy, when you get up and down the floor like that, size doesn't really matter. It's not going to make any difference. And North Park doing a nice job early in the contest. I think right now for Illinois Wesleyan, they have such a superior size advantage inside. You got to get a paint touch every single time down. I think the guards can handle the pressure out front. It's getting that basketball inside. There's been a couple times where the post guy literally has the guy right on his back. You throw it in there, you're going to be able to take advantage of that side. So it needs to go inside out if it's going to be a three-point shot.
An impressive win for Illinois Wesleyan on Saturday against the Big Blue, 96-60. Believe it or not, their most lopsided victory since February of 2020, the night they raised that banner for Jack Sikma when they beat Carroll 88-44. Notice the banner was placed upright, just pointing that out. As Fridman brings the ball across into the paint, kicks into the corner to Trey Bazell, an open 3 and knocks it down.
Wide open there. A little bit too much help there by North Park in the lane. As, boy, they left Trey Bazell absolutely wide open. That's the best look Trey's gotten in weeks.
Yeah, coming off a great game on Saturday. Double digits in that win over the Big Blue. 8-7, Titans are on top. At the top of the key, the kick down low to Powell. Pushes up a right-hander from the baseline and knocks it down.
That's the second time he's been able to score on a back cut here so far in this contest.
Now it's Funk weaving the ball into the front court, kicks it to Roper on the baseline, angles in and drops it in for 2.
And there's a lack of rim protection for North Park. This is the kind of game they want. I think the Titans will play up and down the floor with them here.
Now it's Nelson scooting on the baseline, backing down against Bazell. The kick out from the corner, 3 ball is good for Tajon Berry.
And guys are going to be able to shoot from the outside here. This is the kind of game that North Park wants. And I mentioned it a moment ago, some of the bigs for the Titans are going to have to guard some smaller players and get out there here tonight.
12-10. Titans are down by a deuce 4 minutes in. Fridman top of the key, swings it wide left to Roper against the lunging Rico Powell. Now it's Roper again. Back out to Bazell. Swarming D by the Vikings. The drive by Fridman falling off balance. Missed the shot. Got a hand on it but couldn't corral the rebound. It goes to TJ Gardner. Titans get back. Gardner slows it down. Now goes to Nelson. Nelson will back it up, awaits the screen. Now he'll take off against the double. Up top, open 3 for Berry, and he knocks it down.
A little pick and pop that time for the Vikings. Off to an outstanding start. 15 points on the board, 4.5 minutes in. The Titans are going to have to adjust to the style that North Park's going to play tonight on the defensive end.
Fridman gets the ball to Roper, swings it out high to Harrison Williamson. Left side to Bazell. And Bazell puts it on the deck now in the corner to Roper. North Park coaches telling the defenders to get their hands up, feed into the post, and Williamson foul from behind.
They talked about ball pressure can be used to take Illinois Wesleyan out of their offensive sets, but also keep the ball out of the post. That's North Park's best chance of keeping out of the post is going to be ball pressure, getting those hands up, making it hard for the Titans to get that basketball inside. And we'll see if Illinois Wesleyan does go a little bit smaller here to try to match the lineup of North Park on the offensive end.
First foul on either team. Quick inbound to an open Bazell. His baseline jumper no good, but Marco Anderson gets the rebound off the deflection. The senior from Maine South. Titans get a fresh 20. 5 minutes gone by first half. Roper backing down into the paint. Got stripped. Ball knocked away by Devontae Robinson, loose on the floor. And it's Robinson to the bottom of the pile who had possession and got the timeout.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a jump ball right there, but he did get that 30-second timeout. Really well done, and good job. He knows Roper's going to turn to that left hand. Does a nice job getting a hand on that basketball, and boy, North Park couldn't have asked for a better start here to this contest, getting up and down the floor. As you see a replay right here, Josh Fridman getting down the lane inside and hitting Bazell from the corner. North Park, nobody got out that time to number 2 and able to knock one home. That was the last bucket for the Titans, but boy, North Park has been on a roll here to start this particular contest, out in front 15-10. And the Vikings have shot it well from the outside. They've been able to play that chaotic style that they love to play and doing a nice job on the defensive end right now, forcing Illinois Wesleyan out on the perimeter. The Titans having a hard time taking advantage of their strength, which is getting that basketball inside.
Titan women off to a good start at North Central tonight. They've already wrapped up the home seed for the CCIW tournament, but they lead 22-6. Matt Sossler has the audio on IWSports.com as that game is late in the first quarter. Now it's the Vikings with the basketball. It's Robinson, swings it on the wing to Gardner, into the corner to Powell. Powell going back up top to Barry. His pass knocked away by Roper. Roper out in front. Barry giving chase, and he forces a tough attempt on the layup and missed it. Rebound goes to William Bates for the Vikings. Back the other way, it's Robinson. Moves in on his defender, Bazell. High arcing shot, high off the backboard for 2.
Yeah, so far everything kind of breaking North Park's way here in this contest. As Roper on one end misses the layup, and a very difficult shot by Robinson on the other end.
Bazell on the wing in transition, knocks down the 3.
Yeah, be good if Trey had a nice game here tonight. He's found a couple of nice open shots, but here come the Vikings the other way, and they turn it over.
Ball rolled away from Robinson. It goes out of bounds in front of the Titan bench. North Park does go back to the bench.
Dylan Fuzak is going to come in the game. He's got a little bit of size at 6'8". He's only played in 10 games so far this year, has 3 starts, only averaging about 8.5 minutes per contest. But without tonight, DJ Wallace for North Park, they're going to have to find some size coming off that bench.
17-13 inside. Nice backdoor pass to Akeem Williams from Jackson Nego for 2.
Yeah, Akeem set that up really nice. Jab step to go out to the wing, plant that foot, get that back cut going, and get to the rim.
17-15. Titans now down by a deuce. Nice hook pass out to an open Fuzak. His 3 is nothing but net. The junior from Geneva, Illinois.
Yeah, 1 out of 12 from the three-point line coming in. Just his second 3 of the entire season right there for the Vikings.
Roper glides into the paint, kicks it to the corner. Bazell feeling it. Corner 3 is good.
Now they're going to have to find him, and they better find him in a hurry. He's got 3 3-pointers, and Eric, we've talked about that shot and how beautiful it is, and it's dropping through the net tonight.
20-18. Titans are down 2 off the screen. Gardner lets fly from 3. And that goes out of bounds untouched as Mason Funk comes back in along with 6'5" junior Carlo Kolak as Bazell goes out along with Nick Roper.
So far, North Park shooting lights out, 80% from the floor, 67% from the 3 in the first 7 minutes of the game. So maybe the Titans fortunate they're only down 2.
Jackson Eagle will bring it up, down 20-18. Guarded here by Nelson as he'll scissor his way into the front court, setting up deep on the left side. Swings it out high to Hakeem Williams. Williams off the screen by Marco Anderson. The give and go, a little hot to handle off his fingertips, but there to clean it up was Kolak. Tees it up for Funk in the corner. 3 ball, no. Tip to Funk. Nicely done. Anderson looked like he got hit in the face. Still able to deflect it to his teammate, and Funk ties the game.
Yeah, Marco making a play and making the play for that bucket right there.
Tied at 20. High scoring affair early. Into the corner. Shuffled there by Bates. Backing down on Hakeem Williams. Out to Fuzak. Now on the wing to Devontae Robertson. Looks to move in on the bigger Kolak. Shuffles it back off to Bates. Bates wide right to Bax. Bax on the drive into the green space. Kicks her into the corner. Fuzak lets fly another 3. He's 2 for 2.
Boy, that 1-3 coming in on the entire season. Already has a couple of threes. And boy, North Park just shooting lights out to start this game.
They lead by 3, 23-20. Nego gets it across and turns and puts up a short arm shot, hits it from 8 feet.
Well, we are on our way to one of the higher scoring games we've seen all year here so far. Both teams shooting it well, especially the Vikings.
23-22, North Park by 1. Nelson at the top, cuts in left of the lane, pass to the corner tip, backs, collides with the Funk as he comes back down off his feet. Devontae Robinson into the paint, scoops it up with the left hand and scores.
Titans having a hard time slowing down North Park here. They got 25 on the board. We're only 8.5 in.
25-22. Hakeem Williams in the backcourt, pedals the ball across backs. May have got away with a shove, takes him down deep, shovels it off to Marco Anderson. He got bottled up and stripped.
Yeah, Fuzak has been outstanding coming off the bench.
Robinson, a heat check 3 from long range, missed it. Fuzak the rebound, and he collided with Hakeem Williams. He was shaking his right hand after the kick out. And that's the first foul of the game against Illinois Wesleyan. Nearly 9 minutes in. Only one foul on the Vikings as well, as Kyron Gardner, a senior from Oak Park, comes in for the Vikings. One of 12 players on the North Park roster who have been at another college prior to coming to NPU. Inbound comes to Nelson as he shuffles the baseline, kicks it back out to the wing here against Fridman.
Well, the Vikings already have knocked down 5 threes in the first 9 minutes of the game.
Nelson off the screen, unloads to Fuzak. Wilmson has him covered now. A long three by Nelson, well beyond the arc, missed it, tipped. Kolak has the rebound for Illinois Wesleyan. Down by 3. Hakeem Williams, and under the front court, finds the man cutting to the basket. Harrison to Wilmson for 2.
That is a really nice catch by Wilmson. Does a great job of controlling that big frame inside in time to be able to get that thing up on the glass, but a nice look by Hakeem as well.
25-24. Titans down by 1. Gardner up top. Fuzak over to Bax. Covered here by Funk. On the cut to Nelson. Down deep. Got stripped as he elevated. Reach in. Looks like that's going to be against Josh Fridman.
Might have gotten Mason Funk from the backside. Oh. Yeah, I think Mason just reached in from that backside. A little bit of help defense right there. Really nice cut that time by Lance Nelson.
So Nelson goes to the line. The junior from Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. And he knocks down the first, and 68% free throw shooter on the year. Stejon Berry returns. Nick Roper in for Hakeem Williams for the Titans. The Vikings are a 72% free throw shooting team on the season. 2 for 2 for Nelson, who has 5. Lead back up to 3. As Funk inbounds.
First 2 free throws of the game for either team, as North Park's been mostly on the perimeter, and the Titans really have not been able to take advantage of their size inside.
Fridman off of the screen, gets the ball to Roper, who set the pick. Roper cuts to the left, looks for a post feed. Nothing there. He's cut off there by Berry. Left side, a 3 ball by Kolak. Spins out. Wilmson with the offensive rebound. Looks to kick it back out. Sends it out to Fridman from downtown, and he hits.
That's a lot to ask for Lance Nelson. That's 6'1" to try to handle inside Harrison Wilmson. Just a huge size advantage for the Titans on that offensive rebound.
Midway through the first half, we have 2 teams on pace for 100+ tonight.
It's going up and down. It's like an NBA All-Star game out here.
With a little more defense. On the left side, it's Gardner on the drive, right of the lane. Layup, no. Wilmson the rebound. Shovels off to Josh Fridman. Diagonal pass to Mason Funk. Funk kicks it back out. Fridman thought about the shot, passed on it. Now to Roper in the corner. Roper back out to Funk with a head fake, and he collided with the backs, caught him airborne, and the contact came as he came back down. His backs picks up his second foul. He has both Vikings infractions, and it looks like he'll come out of the game. Rico Powell is back in. Tristan Arnaud is also in for the first time. The junior from Miami, Florida, transfer from Division I Chicago State, has Fridman off the inbound into the post to Wilmson. Looked like he might have been held from behind.
And Tajon Berry's going to pick that one up right there, and he's the one guy they cannot afford to lose. Though Fuzak came a terrific job off the bench, knocking down a couple threes, getting a couple rebounds for North Park. Really did a nice job off the bench for them.
Now the inbound coming from Fridman into Wilmson on the right wing. Tightly covered by Berry. Game tied at 27. Wilmson roams to the left. Looks for a handoff. One hops the ball to Roper. Roper off the pick. Looks to go down low, instead sends it out to Fridman. He'll back up, sidestep, shoots a long 3, and hits.
That was a difficult shot that time by Josh Fridman. Looked like they had a nice post feed inside, but that little step back goes down. Let's see if they can start tightening up on the defensive end a little bit here.
Berry top of the key into a cutting Gardner, who lays it in.
Really nice job. It's a pick and pop right there, Eric. And you know Nathan Bolt went over to help out on the backside, and where they slipped the player right to the basket. That was really well done.
Wilmson with the answer off the feed from Fridman. Gets the two-handed stuff.
Yeah, again, no rim protector in there for North Park. This is the kind of game, though, the Vikings wanted to play.
Nelson, the drive, challenges his defender, Nathan Bolt, and lays it in.
Yeah, really well done that time by Nelson.
Roper back the other way, glides in, no, and it's an offensive foul on Nick Roper.
Yeah, looked like a poor call that time as Roper going by right there. Looked like he got an undercut on the play, but call does not go Illinois Wesleyan's way.
First foul on Roper, third team foul. Both teams have 3. Titans still up by 1 with 8:20 remaining in the first half. As Barry gets it off of the inbound, back to Powell, and Nelson will bring it up for the Vikings in search of their 15th win, heading into the conference tournament where they will likely be the 3rd seed. Fridman collides with Nelson, and Fridman is called for the foul. And he picks up his first. Marco Anderson, Jackson Ego back in for Wesleyan. Fridman and Wilmson go out. Nathan Bolt also in. We mentioned a moment ago, the 6'10 junior from Barrington.
At the pace of the game, both coaches going to their bench. Both coaches generally go to their bench with these teams, though. Boy, North Park will go way down their bench, sliding guys in and out. We know the Titans have a very deep bench.
Yeah, they need to with the up-tempo style they play. Gardner with a crossover and kicked it. Goes out to Barry, shot clock at 5, barrels to the baseline, had a knocked out of bounds with 3 on the shot clock.
Now we'll see what North Park's able to draw up right here. Got to watch the lob to the rim first, and then you got to guard the outside, and we'll see what the Vikings draw up.
Arnaud to inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Gardner. It was tapped out by Bolt, leaving just 1 second on the shot clock.
Now you want to be physical, and even in this situation, switching interchanges inside, switching screens as much as you possibly can as the officials talking things over just a bit here. Not sure what that conversation's about.
Arno will try again from about the same spot on the eye in Titans.
You see they're not going to guard the inbounder here. That Nathan Bolt now can go back and protect the rim.
They get it in play. Baseline shot is short by Gardner. Hit the side of the backboard, and it'll be a shot clock violation on the Vikings.
A good defensive possession that time for Illinois Wesleyan. We'll see if they can string some good defensive possessions together here and start to create some distance between themselves and the Vikings.
Trey Bazell, who had the hot hand early, is back in to get it in play to Nego. Out in front, Marco Anderson with the double clutch. Got stripped, got it back. Levels up, missed it. Tapped out to Nego, who got fouled on the rebound.
That's a shot that Marco's going to make 90% of the time. Just couldn't drop that one in. But you could see it was really the first time the Titans got trapped. Some pretty good pressure in that backcourt right there, but able to break it over the top. And I think that's going to be the key for them. Use your height, use your size, throw the ball over the top of this pressure.
Jackson Ego into Bazell, right wing. He'll pull up, floats a 10-footer, and gets the soft bounce.
It might be his night. He's got 11 already in the contest here. Got 3 threes and that deuce right there.
34-31. Titans up by 3. Powell with the handoff top of the key. With Roper hassling him. Rolls to the left. Slides to the left elbow. Out to Barry. Barry elevates a 15-footer. Spins out. Bolt gets both hands of the rebound and foul from behind by Barry. That will be his second.
John Barry's going to be a tough matchup right there. We've already seen him off the pick and pop, knock down a 3-point shot. That time off the pick and pop was able to get a little head fake. A couple dribbles there, pull up for the jumper. He's going to have to head to the bench, though. He's got a couple of fouls here now, but Fuzak, boy, was awfully good coming in, and we'll see if he can match that performance here over the next few minutes.
Hakeem Williams back in for the Titans with Nathan Bolt going to the bench, and the Titans up by 3 at 34-31. Hakeem up top, left side to Nick Roper, looks it over, swings the ball top of the key to Nego, back in the right to Hakeem Williams. Contact away from the ball, hardly any whistles for the first 10 minutes, but it has been a different story in the last 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, Fuzak. That's a big one right there because you already got Tajon Barry going to the bench already. And now all of a sudden Fuzak picks up a foul right here. So again, they're pretty thin in that front court.
Ego will put the ball in play. Tipped out of bounds by TJ Gardner into the front row. Titans still have possession.
That's what North Park does, though. Get in passing lanes. You look at their steals numbers on the year. Outstanding, leading the conference in steals on the season. That's been that pressure defense. And now trying to force Illinois Wesleyan up the floor. Make it hard for them to be able to reverse the basketball.
Well, they're number 1 in steals, but the Titans are right behind them at number 2. Roper top of the key. Moves to the left with a high dribble. Kicks under the wing to Bazell for 3. Hits it again.
He might have found that stroke there. And unfortunately for North Park, it's tonight 4 threes. And Eric, we've been saying it's coming. And it might be the night where it's come.
37-31. 4 threes for Trey Bazell tonight. Top of the key, Arnaud swings the left side to Powell. Now with the baseline, Fusak finds the cutter. Nicely done over the shoulder to Arnaud for 2.
Boy, the cutting for North Park has been outstanding. The Titans have gotten killed on those inside cuts a number of times here so far this evening. North Park has made a living on that, getting to the basket.
37-33, Titans up by 4. Roper streaking in left of the lane, backs down, kicks it out, Nego squares. 3 ball is good.
And the Titans dropping in 3-point shots tonight. They're getting good looks on the outside. 40 on the board already here with 6 minutes to go in the half.
Arnaud swings it up. Fusak lights up a 3. That's off the back rim. No. The Wakaram rebound goes to Nelson to his baseline. Challenges Akeem Williams. Missed it. Rebound. Roper rips it away for Illinois Wesleyan.
Yeah, Nelson was able to finish at the rim a few moments ago. Couldn't finish right there.
Mid-court collision on Powell.
Yeah, Roper's going to be heading the line right here. So it'll be the 1-1. And Titans have done exactly what you wanted them to do. They've opened up a little bit now of a margin here before with 5:38 to go in the first half. And North Park loves to get up and down the floor, but Illinois Wesleyan will as well. As we see Lizelle on the dribble. And there's that penetration by Roper. There's the kick. And the 4th 3 that goes down the well there for Trey Lizelle tonight. You can see he does such a nice job of following the dribble there. That's the relocation. Makes it harder for the defender to be able to get out on you. As the free throw is no good that time by Roper.
Titans are 8 of 11 from 3-point range in this game. One of the reasons why they have a 7-point lead is Robinson got hit as he drove baseline and the floater was short. But a shooting foul here that will send him to the line for 2. That's going to be in Roper, his second. And 5 team fouls on the Titans as Robinson, the transfer from Stetson, the Oklahoma City native, will head to the line for 2. He's an 81% free throw shooter.
And North Park shooting 57% from the floor. Free throw up and good. Illinois Wesleyan 64% from the floor. Titans have only gotten to the line 1 time here so far in the contest. That was that previous missed free throw by Nick Roper. It's been a pretty open game. We've seen some really physical half-court basketball games over the last month. This has been a pretty free-flowing game here so far.
And Robinson gets a pair here. Now with the 6 on the night, lead down to 5. As Funk inbounds to Nego on the baseline.
And now we see North Park now not quite as aggressive with that pressure as they were earlier in the contest. Titans have handled it well here so far in this game.
Hakeem Williams swings the left side to Funk. He'll circle to the baseline. Runs into a double, kicks it out to Kolak. Kolak knifing inside, left of the lane, off the glass, no. Back tap by Wilmson, it's loose. Tracked down by TJ Gardner. Hot foots the ball down court, 2-on-4. Corner Arnaud, tees it up to the trailer, Powell. Powell with a loose dribble, kick the ball to Carlo Kolak. 5 minutes till halftime, 2-on-1. Funk to Kolak for 2.
Yeah, really nice job defensively. The Titans had great transition defense right there. And then, boy, give it up early, get it back, and get that bucket.
42-35, first basket of the game for Kolak. The drive by TJ Gardner left of the lane, couldn't finish. They may call basket interference as the attempt by Hakeem to block it jarred the backboard. So they'll score the goal.
Yeah, I thought that was a good call by the official that time. It looked like the basket got hit right there as the ball was up in the cylinder. Unfortunately for the Titans, it cost them a couple points.
So Jackson Nego will come in on that break, or will come out, and Josh Fridman is back in. 42-37. Titans up by 5. Fridman will bring the ball across against Gardner's tight D. Hakeem Williams one-hops on the baseline to Wilmson. Banging down low with Fusak.
And Fusak's going to pick up that second personal foul. Now you got Tajon Berry with 2. Fusak's got 2. And we'll see what North Park decides to do, what kind of decision they're going to make. As Fusak looks like he's going to stay on the floor, or maybe the staff is going to talk things over just a bit here. And now Harrison Wilmson heads to the line. So far, the Titans 0 for 1 from the free throw line. That's about the only poor shooting they've done so far. 63% from the floor, 73% from the 3 so far in the contest.
Wilmson, a 59% free throw shooter, gets the roll on the first.
And Fusak's still out there. He's a guy that comes off the bench. As I mentioned, averages about 8.5 minutes per contest. So we're going to ride with him right now and maybe see if they can get to halftime with Tajon Berry with only those 2 personal fouls.
Got all the rim on both, but they both went down for Wilmson, who has 8 points. Titans match their biggest lead of the contest at 44-37. Arnaud to Gardner. Right side to Robinson. Robinson swings it out high to Arnaud once again, moves in on Funk. They collide. Arnaud backs it up into the corner to Fuzak. Holds the rock, unloads to Robinson. Tries to shake free of Kolak, drive into the corner. 3 ball by Arnaud is good.
Well done again by North Park. Spread it out, dribble drive, kick to the corner, knock down those threes. And they've been pretty consistent behind that line so far tonight.
Lead back down to 4, under 4 minutes, still halftime. Funk top of the key, left side to Kolak. Kolak back out to Fridman. Fridman unloads on the right to Hakeem Williams. Into the post to Wilmson. Wilmson draws the second defender. Jump hook off the backboard for 2.
And with that deep a position, boy, not much Fuzak can do. He's playing with 2 fouls out there. Doesn't want to pick up a third. And nice job by Harrison Wilmson with soft touch off the glass.
10 for Wilmson, 46-40. Titans by 6. Now it's TJ Gardner behind the back dribble, trying to shake free of Fridman with a pick to help. Gardner baseline, nice move off the backboard for 2.
Yeah, really nice spin that time, able to get all the way inside the lane.
Titans accelerate the other way. Funk a long 3 from the wing, it's short. Powell the rebound for North Park, sporting the goggles.
And nobody there to be able to rebound that time for the Titans. Might have been a little bit of a quick trigger right there. Maybe get a paint touch out of that one, come inside out.
Powell with the nose guard as he sets a screen on the dribble drive by Gardner. Throws up a tough shot and missed it. Fuzak got it back, lost it. Wanted a whistle, didn't get it. Hakeem Williams 3-on-2. Swings to the left side to Funk in transition. His 3 spins out. And Powell collects the rebound again for the Vikings, and they're going to slow it down.
Yeah, Mason Funk missing a couple of good looks in a row right there. Nobody on that weak side board. All blue jerseys down there on the offensive end.
Still a 4-point game, 46-42. Titans on top off a screen. Arnaud launches another 3. That's no good. Wilmson has the rebound for the Titans.
Both teams might look a little winded here now as we're getting close to the end of the half. Hasn't been a whistle for a while as we get down to the 2-minute mark of the first half. Let's see who can make that push here before halftime.
Coming up on 2 minutes now. Funk, right of the lane. Out to Fridman. Left side to Kolak. Kolak on the drive, into the paint, leans a tough shot. He hits it from 7 feet.
And that's Carlo's game, though. Put your head down, kind of hang in the air for just a moment, get that thing up on the rim, and in it goes. The Titans are going to give a foul there by Josh Fridman. 16 foul against Illinois Wesleyan. They did have 1 foul to give. Now they don't here. And we'll get a timeout here for North Park. They're going to set things up. Down by 6. The Titans are able to open up a 7-point separation, but having a hard time getting major separation here in the first half against the Vikings.
And still with a 48-42 lead as we check in for the first time tonight with our sideline reporter, Alex Bardenitis. Alex?
Thank you, Eric. Mason Funk is now the 7th Titan in program history to get 6 or more steals in a game. He accomplished this in Illinois Wesleyan's win over Millikan last Saturday, and he joins teammate Hakeem Williams, who also accomplished this feat with 6 steals against Carthage on December 4th. This is the first time in program history that teammates have done this in a single season. Back to you, Eric.
Thank you, Alice. Yeah, that is remarkable that Funk and Hakeem Williams have pulled off such a feat, and fitting in a game like tonight where possession of the basketball is key, as we have the 2 top stealers in the CCIW, with North Park at number 1 and Illinois Wesleyan at number 2.
Defensively, Illinois Wesleyan loves to get up in passing lanes, and boy, North Park, that is their game. They will get up in passing lanes, make it really difficult for you to be able to reverse the basketball. But you look at the turnovers tonight, Titans only have 2, North Park's got 6. Both teams have hung on to the ball really well, and that's why we have so many points on the board here. 48-42. We still got 1:46 to go here in the first half. But we talk about offensive efficiency. Both these teams have been off the charts on offensive efficiency so far in the first half.
48-42, Titans on top as Devontae Robinson inbounds to Nelson. And he'll get the ball across against man-to-man defense. Mason Funk sitting up on the left side defensively. Now to Robinson with a step on Bazell, goes to baseline. Had it blocked by Kolak, and a foul coming up. Looked like the block itself was clean. There might have been contact down under as Carlo picks up the foul, to the chagrin of Coach Rose and the Titan bench. So Kolak's first. That's number 7 on the Titans as Robinson goes to the line for 2. Hit 2 earlier. And the first one is nothing but net. Vikings are 5 for 5 at the line.
Good look at this one. There's the baseline drive, and yep, definitely body contact. Good call by the official that time. It's all basketball up top, but just a lot of body contact down below.
By the way, they've gone to half in Naperville. The Titan women are rolling 44-17 against the Cardinals as Robinson gets a pair of free throws here. Laid back down to 4 for the Titans. Minute and a half to go till the break. Funk on the right side. He gets it out high to Nigo. Chest pass right side to Bazell. Bazell holding it. Back out to Nigo. Swings it on the left to Kolak. Kolak with a step on Robinson. He backs down, leans. He'll turn. Fire from a tough angle. Missed it. Marco Anderson, the rebound. Floats it back out to Funk. On a fresh 20. Right side to Bazell. Left-hand dribble. Back to Kolak on the left. Into the post to Anderson with a line drive jump hook for 2.
Yeah, good job by Marco Anderson extending over the top. Well, you got a major size advantage. Good job by the Titans getting that paint touch inside. And we'll see if they can dig in a little better on the defensive end. Boy, North Park has really exposed them with this 5-out, 0-in. They've been difficult to guard.
Titans hit the big 5-0 before halftime as they lead by 6. TJ Gardner out of Bates. Bates pulls up, 19-footer, rattles home.
That guy's knocking in jump shots for the Vikings tonight. And that's been a big difference for them to be able to put 46 on the board.
Back down to 4. About a 5-6 second difference between the game and shot clocks. Marco Anderson backing down on Robinson. Lobs it near side to Nigo. No shot as he backs up against Powell with a glance to the sidelines. And sets up near midcourt. Rolling off the screen by Funk. The give to Mason on the drive. Swings it baseline to Anderson. The jump hook again. Comes up short. Powell, they've got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Gardner in transition, leans in, got stripped as the first half comes to a close. Anderson tried to get a 3/4 court shot away and collided with Carlo Kolak, but no harm done. As we reach the end of the first half, in a spirited offensive battle, Illinois Wesleyan and North Park, 2 teams that have done it with defense this year, but we have had anything but a defensive battle tonight.
Absolutely. Boy, both teams played extremely well on the offensive end, shot the ball well from the outside on both sides, and boy, Illinois Wesleyan's defense has been outstanding so far this year. North Park did a great job spreading them out in that first half. You know, the Vikings put 46 points on the board, and the Titans only had a couple of turnovers, so they've handled the ball extremely well. Boy, North Park has just been very efficient offensively.
And the offense has been crisp for both teams as Illinois Wesleyan takes a 4-point lead into the locker room at 50-46. We will come back, look at other action in the CCIW, our first half stats, our Will Square Capital Spotlight, and our halftime guest as well. It's coming up after this timeout. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, and IWSports.com.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight 13-12.
I can see it now. The smell of the grass on the quad. That sense of excitement in the air each fall. It feels like yesterday. While I'm no longer 18, I know there are students out there ready for an opportunity like I had. For the space to discover passions, bond over dreams, and make lifelong friends. Breakthrough at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Oh, headset.
50-46 is our score here at halftime as Illinois Wesleyan has a 4-point lead over the North Park Vikings. And we'll take another timeout. We'll bring you our halftime guest. This is Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, and IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program. Double major and play a sport. Do an internship and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Holy cow.
And we are back here at Shirk Center. Eric Stock here with Joel Swanson and our special halftime guest, Bob Murray, who was one of the members of the Titan table crew honored before the game. And Bob, in a game like this, I would think the scoreboard operator would be the busiest guy in the building. 96 points. Do your arms need a rest?
My fingers do, at least.
Your fingers do, okay. So, recognized for 40 years, part of a contingent that's been together, the four of you, for almost 2 decades, and for a couple of you, twice that long, right?
Right. So, Ben Alcine's been at the table the longest. He's our PA announcer, and Ben and I actually went to school together here at Wesleyan, and his father was the sports information director, legendary Edgar Alcine. And so Edgar had decided at some point that we probably needed to have a PA announcer, and I think Denny Bridges was behind that a little bit. So Edgar recruited his son, Ben, and then things expanded. 30-second shot clock, things like that. So our table grew a little bit over the years.
So how did you first get involved in this?
So actually, the official score or official timer left town. He moved, I think, a job with State Farm actually, and so Ben knew that I had played a little hoops, and I officiated high school basketball for 25 years. So this was always a great seat for me.
And were you working for the university at that point?
I worked for the university since I graduated, so it's in 1982, a long time ago. Actually played on Coach Hornberger's last baseball team, so it was a great experience.
Did you start at Fred Young Fieldhouse? Is that where you would have started on the scorer's table? What are your memories of the Fieldhouse?
Hot. Coach Hornberger would always, especially on those big games, he would always come out and ask the crowd to squish together, and it was just a great basketball venue. But of course, the Shirk Center, you can't beat that. I mean,
can you still remember the first time you walked in here and what it was like all the way back when it opened? The Shirk Center?
The Shirk Center? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I kiss the ground every time I walked in here. I mean, it's like, who wouldn't want to play here as a student, athlete? For fans, we had, improved parking, easier access to get into the place. And, of course, in those early years, in 96, 97, we had some pretty good basketball teams. And this place, fans were still hanging from the rafters.
I want to ask you about the 97 run, maybe the Brian Crabtree shot, if you know what I mean. Describe that and what it was like to be here for that game and that moment.
Well, as a timer, you have to pay a lot of attention and really concentrate. So I'm not the best person to ask for other details other than the shot, is behind the backboard and goes in. And I mean, that's part of the reason I think my wife really likes to have me at the table. I have to concentrate. I can't do or say anything else, during the game.
That has to be one of the memorable moments in this place right here.
Well, no doubt about it. I mean, like I said, there were fans hanging from everywhere in that game, and Brian just had a tremendous. I still, even when I talked to him today, I still don't know how it went in from where he was, but the place was. It was alive that night, that's for sure. So,
part of a national championship team, of course, but there have been some good ones since then as well. Do you have a favorite team that you've watched over the years here? Not putting you too much on the spot there.
Yeah, you were putting on the spot there. I mean, this is a really fun team to watch, I think. I mean, I think they've got the inside game, they've got the outside game, they've got some really houndish defenders. I really like this squad a lot, and but those early years, the Camardella years, the Trost years, Emiljanovic, and I mean, Douches, we had the Twins, I mean, Freemans and the Joneses. Those are some really good teams, always fun to watch.
And just thinking about the job that you have down on the court every night, it's the kind of thing where it's best to not be noticed, right?
Right.
But whenever you see the officials come over to the scorer's table, what's going through your mind?
Well, we always, and I think it's hopefully one of the things that the official and officiating crew, when they come into town here and come to the Shirk, that they know that we're there to help them and to support them and to make them look good. So we're a part of the team, and we don't want to do anything at all to put them in a bad spot. So because of the experience at the table, I mean, you can anticipate that there are going to be times when, 2, 3, 4 sets of eyes and ears, horns, sounds, whistles, things like that go together. And officials do a great job, but sometimes they'll ask if we have an opinion.
It's also interesting you get to interact with officials, but you also get to close look at coaches as well and how they react to how plays are happening in front of them. Talk about that experience a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you hear and see everything pretty much from where we're sitting. And it is, there are a lot of different styles, but there are very few times that I think officials and coaches are happy, 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So, but the conversations they have sometimes are really hilarious, actually.
I'm curious about the conversations among the table crew. You guys know each other. You probably complete each other's sentences after these years.
Well, you can, and, it's such a great group of guys to begin with, and so we love Illinois Wesleyan basketball. We love the university. We really get along very well, and everybody has their own responsibilities, but, we try to help, cross-train a little bit if needed. So, but yeah, tremendous group of guys.
There are so many people, whether you're working the scoreboard or you're coaching, that have been at Illinois Wesleyan for a long time. What is so special about this place that makes people say, hey, I'm staying along for the long haul here?
Well, I just think that the kind of talent that Denny Bridges brought in here and Scott Trost brought in here and Ron Rose has just been so consistent. I mean, just, top shelf young men coming through the program, really tremendously dedicated students and athletes, and they're really talented. It's very entertaining, and it's always fun when I have friends who can't get to games too often. They come in for the experience and see a game, and they're like, wow.
Yeah.
First of all, the basketball is very high quality, and what a facility, and, the kind of support you have here. Not every school, especially a Division III school, has the kind of support, facilities, and success that this program has. And it's just fun. I think all of us enjoy having just a small, very quiet, behind-the-scenes part in all of that.
We hope this will not be the last home game of the season. Still a chance that there could be postseason basketball here. But even if not, we've wrapped up 40 years and counting, hopefully many more after this one.
Well, we hope so too. We haven't. I don't think any of us have signed a contract for next year yet, but hopefully Ron's not going to, or Wags. Hopefully they won't be pushing us out too quickly either.
So you're year to year, day to day, like all the rest of us, right?
Exactly, absolutely.
Indeed. Well, congratulations on 4 decades of success and support for Illinois Wesleyan athletics, and many more to come. We appreciate it, Bob.
Well, thank you, and I think speak for my colleagues and teammates on the table that we appreciate all that you guys do for the program and the university as well.
Our pleasure. Thank you. Bob Murray, our guest here at halftime, honored for 40 years as part of the table crew, the scoreboard operator here at Shirk Center. 50-46, the Titans have the lead. We'll have the second half in a moment on iwsports.com.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
It is 50-46. Illinois Wesleyan with the lead. Eric Stock along with Joel Swanson. Before we take a look at the first half stats, let's go back down to our sideline reporter, Alex Spartanitis. Alex?
Thank you, Eric. This is head coach Edwin McGee's first season as head coach at North Park University after serving as associate head coach for 2 years prior. McGee joined North Park in 2022 after coaching for 4 years at the NAIA Lincoln College, spending the 21-22 season as the team's head coach. Ron Rose, head coach of Illinois Wesleyan University, became Iowa's 14th men's basketball coach, May of 2006, and has obtained 325 career wins, which are the second most in Illinois Wesleyan history, only under Denny Bridges, who coached from 1965 to 2001. Back to you, Eric.
All right, thank you, Alex. And time for Preserving a Legacy, our halftime segment presented by Will Square Capital, putting a spotlight on the rich history of Illinois Wesleyan basketball and the student athletes that have built the strong tradition of success. Tonight, we look back at the career of former Titan great Ryan Soroka. Soroka played for the Titans from 2020 to 2024, appeared in 92 games, making 58 starts, was part of 2 CCIW championship teams, and a key piece of the Titans' 2022 squad that advanced to the Elite Eight. Soroka tallied more than 750 points, 367 rebounds, 111 assists, and 66 steals. He was also a CCIW Respect Award recipient, named the CSC Academic All-District Team twice, and also reeled in NABC Honors Court status, along with the Chi Alpha Sigma Honor Society membership. Soroka graduated from Wesleyan last spring with a degree in finance, currently finishing out his eligibility at Missouri S&T, where he recently eclipsed 1,000 career points. Congratulations to Ryan Soroka, having a outstanding 5th season playing over in the Show Me State. He is our Will Square Capital spotlight for tonight. And as the Titans have a 50-46 lead, and North Park has the basketball to begin the second half.
Titans only had 11 rebounds the entire half in that first half, Eric, so you can tell North Park just didn't miss a whole lot of shots, and when they did, they generally got the board back.
And the Vikings had 16. This is not a very good rebounding team. They're second from the bottom in the league, and Illinois Wesleyan has been number 1. TJ Gardner goes to baseline, got doubled for a moment, hemmed in, kicks into the corner to Backs. Backs dribbles out to the wing with a loose dribble, got the rock back, swings it out high to Barry with a head fake, moves in, and a travel on the stutter step against Barry.
Well, that was a good defensive possession there for Illinois Wesleyan. Boy, they really did a nice job. All the closeouts were short, had a hard time. North Park had a hard time reversing the basketball right there. That was well defended that time by the Titans.
Titans have their starting 5 on the floor. They were led by Trey Bazell with 14 in the first half. Harrison and Williamson about to tack on 2 more, but not quite. Barry with the rejection. He was all alone underneath, but Barry caught up with him and got the block.
That's going to be one of the best defensive plays you're going to see. That looked like an absolutely easy, wide-open layup that time.
Now TJ Gardner rolls off the screen, angles to the right, so two teams playing defense here at the start. Didn't see a ton of that in the first half. Backs looking backdoor to Nelson, threw it wide, and Roper able to get a hand on it, jar it loose.
Titans with two really good defensive possessions. They got killed on the back cut and the straight line cut in that first half. Really well defended right there.
Fridman on the drive, kicks it out to Roper. Roper glides in and right of the lane, backing down on Pyle. He'll turn, fire, and score.
There's not a lot of size for North Park to be able to get a hand up, be able to bother that shot by Nick Roper. Good job turning back to the left hand.
52-46. Second basket for Roper on the night. Roper just 1 for 3 in the first half. Backs moving left of the lane on his defender Funk into the corner. Loose dribble there by TJ Gardner out of bounds. It'll still be Vikings possession. Baseline inbound here for Gardner.
The officials pointed two different directions. I think they got that one right there. Look like the Titans knocked that out of bounds.
And the inbound coming. Knocked away. Funk with a nice save and threw it under his right shoulder and launched it in the other direction. Sort of an icing play, if you will, as it goes out of bounds to the Vikings.
Well, they're trying to figure out if they're going to bring it down to the other end. I guess they must have felt like it was a change of possession. There was 8 seconds on the shot clock right there. So if it's a change of possession, then it's going to be 30 seconds on the shot clock. If not, they'll change it back to 8, and it will be North Park basketball with 30 to shoot.
Our referee is Tony Boardman. Our officials are Sean Lee and Scott Tierney. Here for the home finale for Illinois Wesleyan.
They have to remember the Vikings put 15 points on the board in the first 4.5 minutes of this contest against Illinois Wesleyan. They got off to a hot start.
Driving left of the lane, TJ Gardner high off the window, no, tipped and corralled by Hakeem Williams.
So defensively, the Titans off to a much better start to the second half than they did the first half.
Williamson right side off a pair of screens, now to Roper at the top. Back over to Hakeem Williams, feeds the post. Williamson got good position, hemmed in underneath the goal, fell down, missed the shot, but got the foul against Backs.
And just that time, looks like Williamson kind of lost his footing in there just a little bit. Otherwise, that would have been an easy layup at the rim. We saw North Park giving up a ton of size, but Tejon Berry was able to race one from Williamson near the rim just a few moments ago. It looked like he had a wide open layup. That time Harrison just trying to get his feet underneath him for just a second. Draws the contact inside.
And actually that was Gardner who got the foul. TJ Gardner with his first. And as Williamson makes the first of two.
The Titans were able to open up a 7-point lead in the first half. Really couldn't extend that very much, so we'll see if they can extend it right here.
Williamson 3 for 3 at the stripe now with 11 points and knocks down his second. And the lead back up to 8. Actually not back up to 8, that's the highest it's been. They were down by as many as 7 in the first half. Barry swings it right side to Powell. He goes baseline, pushes up a right-hander and scores.
He is a tough scorer, no doubt about that. Boy, they've got guys going back the other direction. Nice job.
Roper inside to Williamson, tried to reverse, couldn't finish. Roper gathers it in, puts it back up and in.
And there's an offensive rebound right there, but boy, once they broke that press, was able to swing it across the floor, and really nice job attacking the basket.
Roper with a couple of buckets here in the second half. Nelson the other way, Titans up by 8. Barry on the left side, hands the ball off to Powell. Powell on the drive with a high dribble. On the wing, Nelson, a rainbow three is short. Funk has the rebound. Funk kicks it out to Fridman. The lob ahead to Hakeem Williams. Williams baseline, cross courts. Roper thought about the shot, tees it up to Funk for 3. Off the rim, no. Williamson the rebound. Stripped on the follow. And Barry the other way for the Vikings.
Yeah, it looked like a foul that time inside as Barry was actually blocking out Harrison Williamson as he was trying to shoot the basketball.
8-point lead for Illinois Wesleyan. Top of the key, Nelson swings it over to Powell. Baseline to Barry. Barry fronts his man. Williamson takes him down deep and threw it away. Baseline pass stolen by Funk.
The defense for the Titans has been really good in the first 3.5 minutes of the half.
Fridman with a crossover, down deep for 2.
Just using that body, does that so well. Get into the defender, create a little bit of space for yourself, get that thing up off the glass.
Yeah, it's 8 for Fridman, 58-48. TJ Gardner slipped on his trek to the baseline after contact from Fridman.
A good call that time. Just got him with that right forearm right there. This little forearm shiver caused him to be off balance and picks up the whistle right there. So his third personal foul. He'll head to the bench. Fresh troops coming in for Illinois Wesleyan, and we'll see if North Park's going to match that with guys coming off their bench as well.
And they bring Devontae Robinson back in as TJ Gardner looks to get it in play, lobs it out near top of the key, and Barry gets it. Barry puts a move on Marco Anderson, leans in a bit out of control, and got the fouls. He caught Marco Anderson on the back pedal, and that's his first foul, team's second.
Boy, nice job that time by Barry. Boy, that looked like that ball was going to be up for grabs. Trey Bazell was right there, and he just kind of came out of nowhere. And once he had it, and all of a sudden now the Illinois Wesleyan defense is in scramble mode. And as you said, Marco just trying to back up, couldn't get out of his way.
Barry 6 points, 3 assists in the first half as he shoots 2. Makes the first, a 71% free throw shooter.
It's almost like this game being played at a totally different pace in the second half than what we saw in half number 1. Maybe much more comfortable for the Titans here. North Park likes that chaotic style. Boy, they certainly got it the first 10 minutes of the game.
They led for that portion before the Titans clawed back, and they've led for the most part ever since. As Barry gets both free throws to shave the lead to 8.
It looks like a little zone pressure here now from North Park in the front court. We'll see if they drop back into a zone in the half court. Nope, it's going to be man-to-man here for the Vikings.
Nigo hands off to Trey Bazell, wide right to Nick Roper. Roper to the left, guarded by Powell. Funk down low to Marco Anderson at the half circle. Jump hook for 2.
Yeah, he's just screening and rolling and pinning down inside, and North Park just does not have any sort of matchup for that.
60-50, Illinois Wesleyan. Nelson with a spin baseline on Funk. Got it over him for 2.
That's an impressive move, and now he's going to get teed up.
Yeah, clear shove after Nelson got the basket.
But was an impressive move. That's really the second time we've seen him finish over a taller defender, doing a nice job. Kid from Monona Grove High School in Wisconsin, right outside Madison. As Trey Bazell's now going to go to the line, you can see really nice job finishing right there. That's a very difficult shot, and just that little shove there picks up the tee, and Bazell's free throw is up and good to extend the Titan lead to 61-52. And unfortunately for North Park, not only are they shooting free throws, but they'll get the ball as well.
And Trey knocks down a pair now with 16 points as the lead is back up to 10. And Akeem Williams is back in. Roper goes to the bench.
And let's see if the Titans now can create that separation. They've been able to do that at points this year against certain teams. Extended 10-point lead into a 20-point lead. We'll see if they can do that against North Park here over the next 7-8 minutes.
Jackson Nigo brings the ball across here, guarded by Gardner. Now to Bazell, left of the lane, guarded by Powell. Back up top to Akeem Williams against Robinson, a give and go. Inside to Anderson, the help defender. Gardner picked his pocket.
Yeah, really nice job sliding over on that backside right there. Otherwise, that would have been a layup.
Gardner with a spin baseline over Nigo, spun out, and Marco Anderson rips away the rebound for Wesleyan.
Consider the North Park guards, when they get downhill, they can be tough, especially against some of the smaller guards for Illinois Wesleyan.
Bazell out to Funk, a long 3, got it.
That's a deep 3 as well. And Mason Funk has been playing extremely well on the defensive end, adds a 3-pointer. And we talked about the ability to be able to extend. We'll see if the Titans are on the verge of that.
65-52, biggest lead of the game. As
real good look here now. Bazell with the pass over to Mason Funk, stepping in for that 3-point shot. And the Titans take their biggest lead of the night at 65-52. North Park's going to burn a timeout. Illinois Wesleyan, Eric, really good first 5 minutes of the second half defensively. The Vikings only have 6 points on the board so far here in the second half. Boy, Mason Funk has really been the leader as well. He's gotten himself in the passing lane and done a really nice job defensively. We talked about his ability to be able to disrupt against Milliken. Seeing the same thing here to start the second half tonight.
And 15 for the Titans in the first 5 minutes of the second half as they increase to their biggest lead of the game. Keeping an eye on other CCIW action tonight, Carthage getting a battle from Elmhurst. Firebirds lead 48-40 with 13 minutes to go in the second half there. Win for Carthage would clinch a tie for the CCIW championship. North Central leads at Carroll 51-42. Augustana up big over Wheaton 62-37 in the second half. Titans will end the regular season on Saturday in Rock Island at a 4:15 start. And the Titan women are rolling over North Central 63-32 late in the third quarter.
Right now, North Central sitting at 6-8 in the conference. They are number 6, but of all those teams below the top 2, they might be the one I'd least like to play at this point of the season. Boy, the Cardinals have given Illinois Wesleyan fits, and also Carthage as well.
Yeah, they beat them in Naperville and took them to 3 overtimes. here in Shirk Center in January.
Just about beat Carthage as well.
Dribble drive baseline by Bates, cut off by Funk, kicks it back out to Robinson. Robinson rolling off the screen by Barry, left of the lane, hands the ball off to Kyron Gardner. Back up top to Barry, unloads to Robinson, 7 to shoot, shuffles to the right, looks to go baseline, leans in. Good D by Bazell, missed the shot. Hakeem Williams has the rebound, ripped away by Robinson, out of bounds, and they'll say it's North Park ball.
There's a foul on that particular play right there. It's either got to be Titan basketball or a foul's got to be called right there.
An aggressive separation of the basketball from Hakeem Williams.
See the replay right here. You can see Hakeem coming after it. Yeah, certainly a lot of contact there.
So it'll be North Park basketball once again, 20 of the shot clock. As Gardner inbounds in the corner to Robinson with a shake into the paint, leans in, tough shot, and gets the bounce.
Unfortunately for the Titans, they had to stop down here on the defensive end. North Park able to take advantage of that break right there and get back with an 11.
Robinson off the bench, their first player to reach double figures, 65-54. Funk the drive and the kick out. Left side of Hakeem Williams on the drive. In the paint, runner no off the rim, but drew the foul. And Hakeem has a pair of free throws coming.
Yeah, so far in the second half, Illinois Wesleyan has been attacking the rim, knocked down those 8 3-pointers in half number 1. Just that single 3-pointer from Mason Funk here in the second half, but also only 2 3-point field goal attempts so far in half number 2. It's been getting to the rim, get that ball up there, pounding the post. Williams' free throw is no good on the first one, but get that basketball inside, whether it's going to be on the dribble drive or just a pure post up inside. Take advantage of what you do best, and that's what the Titans have done so far here in half number 2.
Trey Bazell, Mason Funk are out. Carlo Kolak, Nick Roper are back in for the green and white as Hakeem makes the second of 2. Now with 6 points on the night. It's a 12-point game for Illinois Wesleyan. Right side to Robinson. Up top. Now to Barry on the left. Bates with the crossover, takes Roper down deep. Had to alter his shot to get it over. Roper knocked it in.
Well, that was a very difficult shot. They've hit a couple of difficult shots here now in a row. North Park getting down the lane. Those have been really well defended, though, by the Titans. Not much you can do about that.
It's a 10-point game, 66-56. Wide right, Roper, chest pass, top of the key to Hakeem Williams. Swings it wide right to Kolak, now to Roper. Roper with a step on Bates. Takes in baseline, spins and hits the baseline, Jay.
Again, just elevating over the top. North Park just doesn't have that size to be able to close down. The Titans have had a couple really good defensive possessions in a row, and North Park has hit some really tough shots. We'll see if they continue to lock down.
68-56, Titans by a dozen. 13-12 to go. The drive, Barry will pull up, had it blocked by Marco Anderson. It's loose and recovered by Devontae Robinson. Robinson takes off the reset. Now they'll go back to the half court. TJ Gardner with the dribble drive. Hemmed in behind the goal. Tees it up into the corner. 3-ball missed by Bates. Loose ball, and Kyron Gardner got a hand on it and forced a jump ball with Carlo Kolak. And the alternate possession will send it to the Titans.
And North Park 6 out of 15 from that 3-point line. Got off to a really hot start. Knocked down 5 in the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game. Haven't been able to knock them down fairly consistently since then, but they've been able to get to the rim here in the second half, especially the last couple of minutes. Have had some nice finishes. Once again, we see a little 2-2-1 here, full court now by the Vikings, switching things up. It was mostly man-to-man, a lot of trapping earlier in the game, but backing off that trapping as the game has gone along, as the Titans started getting some more easy baskets, and now we see, Eric, they're in that 2-3 zone.
Jackson Nego at the top, looks it over, swings it wide right to Kolak, back up top to Nego, back to Kolak, squares for the 3, short. Titans have cooled off a bit from deep. The outlet to Bates, glides in, and Hakeem Williams gets the rejection.
Swatted it right off the glass that time, but that was impressive.
Roper baseline!
And that was more impressive.
70-56. Nick Roper with a throwdown on both ends of the floor. A highlight reel moment for Illinois Wesleyan. Now it's Robinson with a crossover into the paint, scoops and scores.
Now once again, they're able to break down that defense and get to the basket. That's what North Park's been doing the entire half. Whew. The crowd's still buzzing about that throwdown by Nick Roper a moment ago.
After the block, it was remarkable on both ends of the floor. Titans up by 12. Roper at the foul line. Back at the right to Kolak. Back to Hakeem Williams. Darts at baseline. Roper, the drive, looks to reverse and able to do it with a little more finesse than power than the last trip. But Roper lining it up here in the second half.
We'll see if the Titans now can take away those straight line drives. That's really been bothering them.
Nelson into the corner to Bax. Streaking in left of the lane. Back out to Fuzak. Bax on the drive. He'll pull up. 14-footer on the fade. It's long. Roper pulls down the miss. Roper gets it head to Jackson Ego. In transition, thought about the shot, didn't take it. Now it's Roper. Backing down into the paint. Pulls up. A little long. Back tap by Roper. By Anderson, rather. And he got held as he tried to back tap it. Let's see if we can go back to
There's the block right there by Hakeem Williams. And now, as they're coming back up the floor here, we'll see if we get a look at Nick Roper's rim rattler here in just a moment. And you ask and you shall receive. Here we go, and boom, there it is. Look at Marco Anderson's reaction. Wow.
Into the corner, Bazell, a wide open three. Off the back rim. Rebound, Wilmson. Wilmson kicks it back out. Nego from downtown. That one's long and tapped out of bounds by Roper to the Vikings.
Titans looking for that three to really get some separation here. Sitting at 14 right now. Would have pushed it to 17. And now it looks like we might have a cut on Carlo Kolak possibly. And they're going to the bench here. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it's going to be.
As we see Rachel Dawson, the trainer, the cuts
Nick
on Roper.
Yeah, it's Nick Roper. He cut his knee on the rim that time? Is that
Yeah.
what happened?
72-58, Illinois Wesleyan with the lead and 10:46 to go. And you wonder if a stoppage like this slows down the momentum a bit and gives North Park a chance to regroup.
Here's the replay again as Hakeem Williams. That is an impressive play there on the defensive end. Nice job on the sideline break, and there's the blow-by, and boy, Nick all the way to the glass. Boy, that is a moment right there, and he's had some good ones. I don't know if anyone better than that one right there.
Well, the combination of defense to offense, there have been a couple of terrific dunks that he has had this year. One at Chicago,
Reverse
one at Elmhurst.
Chicago was impressive.
I would put Chicago at number one.
Yeah, agreed.
This one, the combination of offense and defense, I think you got to put that one at the top.
Yeah, absolutely. That was quite a moment right there. And
No,
boy, Nick's had him throughout his career.
And you wonder, too, guys can feel it. When you have a big-time play on one end of the floor, you want to complete it in dramatic fashion on the other end. When you get the opportunity to do that, the blood's running through your veins, and you can certainly feel a situation where Roper is looking to pull off one of his highlight reel moments.
Yeah, and certainly did, no doubt about it. And good job by Illinois Wesleyan. This was a 4-point game at half. North Park was really giving them fits on the offensive end, really having a hard time getting stops. And boy, the Titans have locked down defensively. And Eric, I really even feel like the shots that North Park have gotten, they've made have been tough shots. A lot of at-the-rim shots that have been difficult, as we see the replay of the dunk there once again.
And they're also playing it up on the video board here that you could hear the shock and awe from a lot of the Titan fans who saw that.
And we'll see what's going to happen here over the next several moments here as North Park tries to hang in the contest here and the Titans try to extend. We'll see if they're going to have a down-to-the-wire finish or they're going to be able to kind of cruise home here tonight. We've seen it both ways sometimes with this team.
All right, Nick got patched back up. He's good to go. As the inbound comes in to Nelson. 72-58, the Titans on top. Nelson in the front court. Cuts to the left, cut off there by Nego. Around the horn to Barry. Back out to Gardner. Gardner looks for a step on Nego, gets into the paint, swings it out to Nelson to the right side. He'll launch a three off the front rim. Collision, rebound, Rico Powell, the putback, and he gets the putback to fall, and he is fouled by Kolak.
A good offensive rebound right there. Difficult shot at the rim. It looked like Rico Powell was able to come over the top. Looked like they had him sealed off on the backside. Nice job by Powell. Oh, great head fake right there. Get the defender up in the air, and does a really nice job getting that ball back up on the rim. Able to go to the line, and we talked about North Park trying to hang around. The Titans trying to put that finishing blow here at the second half. We'll see if they'll be able to get that done over the next few moments. Got to give the Vikings a lot of credit, though.
Powell 82% at the line this year, second Viking in double figures. He gets the three-point play. 72-61, an 11-point game. Lob against the zone press at midcourt to Mason Funk. Now they'll set it up. Left side to Hakeem Williams. Cross courts the ball to Bazell. Baseline to Funk. Funk darts it out to Nigo. On the drive into the corner. Hakeem Williams with a head fake. Goes to baseline. Now lowers the shoulder. Kicks it out. Nigo squares for three. Spins out. Backs the rebound for the Vikings.
And Jackson's had some really good looks at it the last couple times down. Had a three to try to get it to 17. That one would extend it back to 14 right there. Neither one able to go down the well.
Under 11 minutes to go. Under 10 minutes to go. An 11-point lead for Illinois Wesleyan. They've led for the entirety of the second half. Gardner weaving as he goes baseline on Nigo. Bottled up. Kicks it back out. Barry squares for three. Off the back rim. Long rebound. Backs. Nice job of keeping it alive. Tapping it to Powell. And they'll reset with a fresh 20. Nelson left of the lane, into the corner to Gardner. TJ Gardner behind the back dribble. Backs up, shoots a three, back rimmed it. Good box out by Mason Funk for the rebound.
Boy, Mason Funk has had a terrific half for Illinois Wesleyan.
Funk behind the back dribble. Hit a long three earlier. Feeds the post to Wilmson, who is being held from behind by Powell in the post.
Probably a good foul right there. Not much he's going to be able to do to be able to stop Wilmson from drop stepping and scoring inside. Give that foul. And only the 15th foul against North Park right there. Still a couple to give as Jackson Nigo goes to the bench. Josh Fridman will come back on. Josh picked up his third personal foul earlier in the half.
Fridman with the lob to Hakeem Williams. Leans in, goes up strong, got bottled up and fouled as he elevated for the shot.
Yeah, too big, too strong down there. And he'll head to the free throw line.
Nelson with a foul, his second and four. I beg your pardon, the sixth on the Vikings in the second half. And Hakeem Williams back to the line for two.
Both three teams had a barrage of threes in the first half. North Park hasn't made a three in the second half. Illinois Wesleyan just a single three-point field goal as the free throw up and no good right there by Hakeem Williams.
Tristan Arnaud is back in for the Vikings as Nelson gets a breather. Hakeem 1 for 3 at the line. 75% for the year coming in. And he'll get 1 of 2. Hakeem coming back to 100%. Was under the weather and played just 7 minutes in the blowout win against Milliken on Saturday. Titans back to full strength here tonight as TJ Gardner weaves left. 3-ball left wing rattling out. For backs, and Hakeem Williams collects the rebound.
Yeah, big-time rebound by Hakeem Williams.
Lob ahead to Wilmson, hemmed in behind the goal and stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, hard to throw to the big guy that time. That far away from the basket, over the top right there. Did a pretty good job gathering his feet. Just couldn't keep that foot from hitting that out-of-bounds line. Unfortunately, was able to kick that ball out. Would have been a nice three-point shot in the corner.
Under 9 minutes to go, 73-61. Illinois Wesleyan to Gardner with a step on his man Fridman and glides in but couldn't finish.
And again, Williams did a nice job making that a much more difficult shot there at the end.
Funk at the right side finds the man in the paint, Hakeem Williams. Back over to Bazell, up top to Wilmson. Harrison Wilmson got to get baseline but threw it away into a double coverage and stolen by TJ Gardner. Arnaud goes baseline, the floater from 8. The teardrop falls in.
A nice job. Couldn't take it one more dribble because of the bigger players for Illinois Wesleyan down low. All of a sudden, you got yourself a ball game. We were wondering if the Titans could separate. Haven't been able to so far. Oh, that's going to be an intentional foul.
Funk got corralled from behind. Got to roped him in at the shoulder, or maybe at the
they're going to look at the replay here. I think he grabbed him that time. You go in, yeah. He definitely grabbed him on that particular play. They're going to replay this one.
So it'll be a foul for sure on Devontae Robinson, and they'll look to see whether they should tack that on as a flagrant. As we have 7:59 to go in the second half, and Illinois Wesleyan holding on to a 10-point lead.
It didn't look like he was making a play on the ball, just trying to keep Harrison Wilmson from getting to the basket right there. But we'll see what the officials come up with here as heading to the replay right now. New this year in the CCIW. Well, we've seen the officials have to go to the replay quite a bit over the course of the season.
Carthage leads Elmhurst with 4 minutes to go, 68-61. Augustana up 81-57 over Wheaton with 7 minutes to go. And North Central in a battle with Carroll, 66-65. Cardinals lead the Pioneers with under 6 minutes to go. And Illinois Wesleyan's women rolling 75-46 midway through the fourth quarter at Naperville.
Yeah, the Illinois Wesleyan women were so impressive on Saturday in that victory over Milliken, doing it once again, just that lone loss on the season up in Carthage about a week and a half ago, but they have had an outstanding season. They'll be hosting the CCIW tournament on the women's side and heading to the NCAAs once again.
Officials are still checking the video replay here. It is, of course, used in all CCIW schools, and it is a requirement to host in the NCAAs, which the Titans hope to do in the first weekend of the tournament when the women will have hosting privileges.
The Titans got out to a 14-point lead here in the second half. Had a couple of three-point shots to push it to 17. To give North Park a ton of credit. They've battled back here within 10. So this game is still very much in doubt here at the 7:59 mark. You're kind of hoping, Eric, the Titans are going to be able to kind of extend that 14-point lead, cruise home tonight, but doesn't look like that's going to be a possibility as we tick under 8 minutes to go. And boy, the officials have spent a lot of time talking this one over right here. And we'll see what the decision's going to be, but hopefully they'll be able to make it quickly. It's taken a long time to figure this out.
Yeah, replay review has been a general positive in the CCIW this year, but there have been some long delays that seem longer than they need to be, but we don't have all of the... Okay, it's been called a flagrant one, which I think is what we expected.
Yeah, I think that's the proper call there, and really no play on the basketball, and let's see if Harrison can take advantage of it.
So the Giants will get free throws plus possession of the ball as Wilmson makes the first of two. Now with 13 points. One of 3 Titans in double figures. Second drive for Wilmson is good.
So the Titans can make this a 4, maybe 5-point possession. They've had some good looks at the basket the last couple times down, just haven't been able to drop anything in from the outside.
75-63. Fridman inbounds to Mason Funk with the crossover dribble, the spin on Robinson. Darts into Fridman. No look into the corner. Williams 3 skims off the rim. Funk gets the weak side rebound. He'll reset on the cut. Finds Hakeem Williams for 2.
He's powerful over the top. There's no chance to be able to stop him. Can't knock in the 3, but they'll certainly take the 2 on the nice cut to the basket.
9 for Hakeem Williams. 77-63.
Yeah, 4-point possession there for the Titans.
Right, backdoor Robinson with the layup attempt, and it's blocked by Mason Funk.
That's so impressive right there. You get beat on the backside, able to make up that ground.
Funk on the other end, his 3 off the back rim, and 3 Viking players combined to knock it out of bounds.
Well, that is the third 3 ball the Titans have had to extend to 17, and none of them have gone down the well as of yet. See if they're going to be able to drop one of those home here to really extend this lead in the second half.
The Titans started the game 8 of 11 from 3. Since then, they've missed 9 of their last 10. Wilmson on the baseline against Barry, backing down, draws the double, kicks it into the corner. Fridman lines up a 3, front rimmed it, no. And Gardner able to collect the rebound for the Vikings, running in heavy traffic with a waist-high dribble, a spin move into the paint on Fridman, hooks it up and in, and the foul with acrobatic move by TJ Gardner, and drew the foul on Fridman.
Yeah, we've kind of seen this play out here almost exactly the same way about the last 4 or 5 minutes. The Titans a 3 ball in the air to really be able to extend this lead, doesn't go down. The Vikings make a play on the other end to cut that lead to 12 points here, maybe to 11. And they've done a nice job as they've kind of got on some of the smaller guards for Illinois Wesleyan, being able to take them to the basket, be able to finish inside.
Gardner 69% at the line as he front rims the extra point, and Funk has the rebound. Titans up by 12.
And North Park staying in the man-to-man. Thought maybe they would jump into a zone for just a moment.
Hakeem Williams inside to Wilmson in heavy traffic. Ball knocked away.
Yeah, well, he should have had that basketball one more step. You're able to secure that catch.
Devontae Robinson putting on a move against Nigo. Back up top to Barry. Bearing on the right side, looks, unloads, back out to Robinson, a 30-footer from 3, no. Tipped up twice, and Hakeem Williams collects the rebound. Hakeem down court, loose dribble, able to maintain it. Now to the elbow, back out to Wilmson for 3. Off the back rim, no. Barry the rebound for the Vikings.
And again, I think you'd like to see a paint touch there for the Titans. That's where they've really been getting their points here in the second half. Those threes haven't been going down. You have such a big advantage inside.
TJ Gardner at the top. One hands the ball right wing to Robinson. Close out there by Funk. The drive with the floater by Robinson. The hook shot came up short, but he got it back. Looking, sends it out to Powell for 3, and he hits.
And North Park just hanging around in this contest. It's dangerous with a team like this. Titans have not been able to put things away here in the second half. They've certainly had their opportunities.
Titans are going to call a timeout here as Jackson Ego brings the ball across, and it's a steal before they got the timeout. Powell, uncontested dunk. And now they won't bother to get it across half court. This is reminiscent of their first matchup back at the Cracker Box, where North Park rallied from a double-digit deficit, got it down to 1. Titans got a little sloppy, and here we see an example. They let up as they were about to call timeout. Once they got to the bench, as is customary for Illinois Wesleyan, North Park did not let up, and Powell got the steal and the score. It is now a 7-point game.
Yeah, I got to give the Vikings a ton of credit, and we've been talking about that Illinois Wesleyan needed to extend that lead on those runs. They just haven't been able to drop those shots in to really get a comfortable margin here in the second half. And boy, you keep that door open for North Park, they'll make you pay, and they have over the last couple of possessions here. Well, the Titans were outstanding defensively in the first 5 minutes of the second half, but North Park's done a much better job getting in the lane here as the game has gone along. And well, that's a big play right there. Would have been 9-point lead coming out of the timeout. Instead, it's a 7-point lead, and we'll see if the Titans can start to lock down here once again now with 5:40 to go in the contest.
The Titans have now missed 11 of their last 12 three-point attempts. Still 39% from three-point range for the game, and shooting 53% overall, while North Park is at 49% from the floor.
Yeah, I give the Vikings a lot of credit for hanging around in this contest, doing what they do best. Boy, Rico Powell has made some big plays here over the last couple moments. That was a tremendous steal right there. Heads-up play because, Illinois Wesleyan relaxed, but North Park could also be relaxed as well going into the timeout there. No Wesleyan's about to call a timeout. Relax just a little bit. He steps into that passing lane, makes a really nice play going to the basket, and gets a slam dunk.
Titans trying to stay in contention for the number 1 spot of the CCIW, though they would need quite a bit of help to do that. At least they want to take care of their part of the equation as North Park goes to the zone for only, I think, the second time tonight. Roper on the left side gets it baseline to Mason Funk, back out to Roper, swings it wide right to Hakeem Williams. Hakeem back over to Roper. Roper on the drive with the right-hand dribble, looking, gets it into the paint to Anderson. He got stripped. TJ Gardner off the steal.
I like the call by North Park going to the zone. Titans are not shooting the ball well at all from the outside here, so go to the zone and take away what the Titans do best, which is going to the basket.
Back door to Powell, ball thrown behind him and out of bounds, and they had to figure after that timeout that the Titans were going to emphasize feeding the post.
Absolutely.
Since they've neglected that for a while.
Nice job by Nick Roper defensively right there. Boy, the Titans really got beat badly backdoor in the first half. They've done a much better job of taking away the cuts. It's been the dribble drive where North Park has scored most of their points in the second half.
Under 5 minutes to go. Titans by 7. Roper squares for the shot. Doesn't take it. Funk, left elbow. 8-footer rolls off the rim. And TJ Gardner, beg your pardon, that was Powell unable to save the rebound. It goes out of bounds to the Titans.
We kind of go back to the Wheaton game where they saw a ton of zone. Those were the types of shots they had a hard time making. Those little 10-footers right there in the lane. We'll see if they can do a better job here tonight of kind of breaking down that zone defense. But North Park goes back to the man-to-man off the inbounds.
Nego into Hakeem Williams. Cutting into the paint, kicks it out left wing. Nego 3-ball. Too strong. Marco Anderson gathers the rebound. Somehow he was surrounded by blue and red. Now Hakeem Williams back over to Funk. Funk on the wing with a stutter step, backs up, rainbow 3, and he buries it.
The wide open threes aren't going down, and the step back goes in, Eric. That's basketball sometimes.
Second 3 of the night for Mason Funk. He has their only 2 trays of the second half, and both from well beyond the arc. 80-70, Titans back up by double digits. Barry puts a move on Marco Anderson, threads it baseline to Powell, who lost the rock, and Anderson got a hand on it from behind. Going to be a jump ball. Alternate possession keeps it on the Viking side.
1:25 to go second half, and North Central leads Carroll 74-73. So that one coming right down to the wire. There's that step back by Mason Funk. Boom, in it goes. And that was a big one there for the Titans. They were struggling on the offensive end the last few possessions.
4:01 to play. Titans by 10. Powell, the floater on the baseline, too strong. Funk the rebound.
And that's a difficult shot. You're going full speed, and it's so difficult when you don't have the board to be able to use.
Ego gets the ball to Funk at the free throw line, leans in the scoop and couldn't finish. Roper off the deflection, resets, puts the ball on the floor against Powell. Backing down, leans in, got stripped. Powell the steal. Vikings with the numbers. Powell taking it in, left of the lane. The Euro step off the backboard for two.
Yeah, big play there by Rico Powell. He gets the strip on one end, the finish on the other. Boy, that was really, really nicely done. Carthage is going to knock off Elmhurst. 25 seconds to go in Kenosha. 80-69 the score there. So the Firebirds are going to win that game. And boy, Augustana all over Wheaton tonight. Wheaton Thunder had about a 2-week stretch where they were really, really good, but they haven't been able to sustain it. 92-66, 2:52 to go in Rock Island. That's where the Titans will be heading on Saturday.
Let's head down to our sideline reporter, and Alex Bardenitis. Alex?
Thank you, Eric. In a series of competitions dating back to the 1961-62 season, the Titans hold a 94-36 game win advantage over the Vikings. Illinois Wesleyan has won 13 of the 16 past matchups, including the last 3 meetings. Illinois Wesleyan won the initial meeting with North Park University 80-69 on January 18th. Nick Roper and Josh Fridman led the way with 19 points apiece, while there were 2 other double-figure finishes, Hakeem Williams with 15 and Harrison Williamson with 12. Back to you, Eric.
All right, thank you, Alex. Titans trying to finish out this one with an 8-point lead and facing the 2-3 zone. Into the corner, Hakeem Williams inside to Williamson as he ducked underneath his man and gets the and one.
It's really hard where you're in that zone right there, and all of a sudden the ball goes to the corner, and now it's just one-on-one with you and the big guy inside. And Williamson at 6'10". Boy, look at that seal in there. Nice reverse, draws the contact. Boy, if you're Rico Powell, just keep your hand out of there, let the big guy put the ball in the basket. But now Harrison Williamson with a chance to get that 3-point play here.
That is the third foul on Powell as the free throw is good. 17 for Harrison Williamson tonight. Lead up to 11, 83-72. Barry looks to answer against Williamson and was able to streak past him and glide in for 2.
Just too much speed right there. Good matchup there for North Park, and they took full advantage.
3 minutes to go. Titans by 9. It's a 3-possession game.
They've kind of gotten into this 2-2-1 to kind of slow Illinois Wesleyan down, and now dropping back into that 2-3 zone. We'll see the Titans go short corner inside.
Hakeem Williams in the corner. Swings it up top to Nigo, back to Hakeem Williams. He shoots a 3. Front rimmed it, no. Rebound Powell, tapped away, but picked up by Robinson. Struck from behind by Funk, and the Titans force the turnover. Williamson over to Funk for 2.
It's been Mason Funk's second half. I mean, that is just a play right there. I mean, North Park's got a chance to get to the 7 or 6. He knocks the basketball away and gets the layup.
Back up to 11 now. Funk in double figures. Powell long 3, hits it from the left wing.
And there's what we talked about right there, and that even emphasizes even more how big of a play for Funk that was. He made on the defensive end a moment to go to get that back to a double-digit lead.
Powell now with the 21 points. A lead down to 8 with the 2:05 to go. Roper at the top. Now to Funk. 2 minutes to go now. Williamson with a lob, but he overshot. Funk tried to no-look it and threw it away. Minute 58 to go. Titans by 8. As Robinson gets it off of the inbound.
And the Titans need a couple more stops here. You get in a position where North Park's going to have to be able to foul to be able to extend the game, but they're going to need a couple of stops here.
Nelson out near midcourt, guarded by Nigo, deep on the left side with the bounce pass, top of the key to Barry. Barry looks right, shovels it back door to Powell for 2.
Rico Powell on the back cut right there, and able to extend over the top of Nick Roper. That's what's so impressive. We'll see if Coach Rose burns a timeout here, and he will, knowing that this is such an important possession here for the Titans.
Rico Powell is having a terrific second half. 17 points since the break, 23 for the game. including 5 in this last stretch to make it a 2-possession game once again at 85-79.
Yeah, and just trying to help North Park hang in there. You kind of thought maybe the Mason Funk play a few moments ago where he got the layup to extend to 11 might have been the dagger, but it certainly wasn't. We see Funk with a 3 earlier in the half right there on the step back, where he has had a huge second half for Illinois Wesleyan. And the thing about Mason is it's not just on the offensive end, and there's the play he's made on defense, the tap away right there. As Wilmson with a nice bounce pass here, and he gets the finish. But it's not just him on the offensive end, it's his defensive plays as well, the disruptive ability. Be interesting to see now for North Park what they decide to do here defensively. If they come out and trap, or they just kind of sit back here. There's 24 seconds on the shot clock. By the time you get it back, you got a little bit over a minute. You've been able to score pretty quickly, though. The ability to be able to extend the game here. And well, you got to give the Vikings a ton of credit for hanging around. This was a 14-point game a couple of times here in the second half. Titans had 3s in the air to push it to 17. They didn't go down, and North Park seemed to make that next play to be able to hang around the contest. And we'll see if they are going to be able to catch the Titans before it's all said and done.
The Titan women have now gone final. They beat North Central 79-55 for their 23rd win of the season. Sawyer White led the Titans with 15 points. They were up 23 points after the first quarter in that victory. As Nick Roper inbounds in front of the Titan bench.
Now Fridman is back in now for Jackson Nego. He's been on the bench quite a bit with those 4 fouls. And now Titans here look like they're going to take their time.
And North Park will let them do it.
Yeah, Nelson now just trying to get a count and then backing off.
Fridman now on the attack, into the corner. Roper for 3, off the side of the rim, and Nelson the rebound.
Yeah, it just hasn't been there for the Titans behind that 3-point line other than Mason Funk.
Nelson on the left side, darts at baseline to Powell. Powell the kick out. Barry squares for the shot, doesn't take it. Now with a minute to go, 6-point game. TJ Gardner at the controls. Off the pick by Barry. Hakeem Williams trying to claw through it, gets the foul.
That's not a bad foul at all. It's your 15th foul right there. You still got 1 to give here if you're Illinois Wesleyan, so continue to be aggressive here if you are the Titans. That's only 2 team fouls on Hakeem Williams, and now a little bit more speed now with Marco Anderson coming on the floor, so Williamson's going to come off here with 20 seconds on that shot clock. Good move, I think, that time by the staff now to get a little bit more speed on the floor at the 5 position.
Gardner on the right side against Hakeem Williams, stares him down with a crossover dribble into the paint, lost the rock, and Roper picks it up and got spun down to the floor, and he was out of bounds apparently as he tried to keep it in play.
He might have hurt his leg right there. We'll see if he's going to be okay, and it certainly looks like he is. Unfortunately for the Titans, boy, he had it. That might have been the stop they needed as well. Just couldn't hang on to the basketball. Looked like there was a lot of contact down there as well.
The Vikings called timeout with new life. A fresh 20 seconds, and still a 2-possession game at 85-79.
Yeah, significant no call that time in the corner. Might not have been enough contact for a foul right there, but certainly looked like there was some significant contact down there for Illinois Wesleyan. But unfortunately, the Titans just have not been able to come up with that one play to be able to put the game away. North Park continues to hang around. 43.2 seconds to go. You know, if you're Illinois Wesleyan in this situation, you got to guard that 3-point line hard. You got to guard it hard and hope that individually then you're going to be able to handle the lane in this situation. I'm not going to give a lot of help off the shooters to the outside for North Park. It's pretty much going to be man-to-man. Boy, if you're North Park, get a quick score. Either way, 2 or 3, doesn't matter here, but it just has to be fast. You can't chew up much of this clock here. Not a lot of time left in this game. So for the Vikings, it's got to be quick. And what's really worked for them in the second half is being able to get downhill and finishing at the rim, where the Titans just can't give up a 3-point play here in this situation.
Carthage has defeated Elmhurst 83-71 as the Firebirds officially clinch a share of the CCIW championship. And they could wrap up hosting duties if they can win on Saturday against Milliken. While Augustana beat Wheaton 99-76. At North Central up in the final seconds at Carroll. They're up by 4.
Now, right now, Carthage sitting at 17 in the NPI, and they have done nothing but go up here as the season has gone along. They have been impressive.
TJ Gardner to inbound to the baseline. When he fell down, this could have Well, I thought there was going to be a foul, but no.
I think he tripped over it. It was a double screen set up on that side, Eric. He was trying to split the two screeners there. Really well-run play that time by North Park. He just tripped over one of his own players and out of bounds. You get the chance to look at the replay. You can see the double screen, and yeah, he just tripped as he went through there. And that was just unfortunate. I thought that was a really well-run play by the Vikings. And they were kind of thinking what I was thinking. Hey, we need a three-point shot here. That's what we really need to get. And I thought that was really well done that time by North Park. Now, if you're the Titans right here, hey, you got plenty of timeouts right now. You got 3 timeouts that you can burn. You got any sort of trouble here, burn a timeout. This is a really difficult place to be able to inbounds the basketball here. You're starting to get towards where that sideline, baseline comes together. It's a lot easier to inbounds on that straight baseline. Let's see if Nick Roper can get it done.
Gets it in play to Funk. Funk is doubled and fouled with 40.5 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, good job by North Park giving a quick foul. Mason has not been a great foul shooter so far this year. He's just going to have the 1-and-1 in this situation. So we'll see if he can knock this free throw down here and get a second one here. But Mason has been huge in the second half. Boy, he has really played well.
Funk with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. 47% at the line this year and missed the front end. Still a 2-possession game. Barry back the other way. Inside of 35 seconds, Barry thought about the shot, didn't take it. Now Nelson. Nelson on the jump step, passing it over to Barry. Glides in for 2. It's a 4-point game now with 29 seconds to go. And Fridman is fouled, and looked like Nelson took the brunt of that as he's going to get hit in the side of the face. Josh Fridman at the line with the 27.5 seconds to go. They are in the double bonus. Fridman, 92% at the line this year and carries a streak of 35 consecutive makes going back to early December against Carroll.
I thought you gave all that information too quickly, Eric. Should have done it after the make.
That is the confidence that I have in Josh Fridman.
I like it.
Josh made them both. And the Titan lead is up to 6 again. To Gardner with a drive kick into the corner. Barry raises a 3, and it was tipped by Funk out of bounds. It'll still be North Park ball with 18.5 seconds to go.
Again, you can't get sucked down inside. You got to guard that three-point line. I know it's so tempting to go down there and challenge that shot and give that help defense, but you got to guard that three-point line right now.
Gardner to put it in play, lobbing it out to Nelson. They got to hurry here. Nelson unloads to Barry. Barry on the drive. Right wing, Powell, a tough 3. Air ball. Hakeem Williams with a nice save. Didn't have to. Fridman with the outlet to Roper. 7 seconds.
We got a foul.
Oh, they're not fouling. Looks like they'll wrap it up, and there's your horn.
Wesleyan hangs on. Yeah, they hang on for the victory tonight. Give North Park a ton of credit. Boy, they hung in there. It looked like the Titans had them, and we're about to put the final blow into the North Park Vikings tonight multiple different times in the second half. Would give North Park a ton of credit. Hanging in down the stretch, they had a chance to try to catch the Titans in the end, but Illinois Wesleyan able to make enough plays to be able to pull off their 20th win of the year. And boy, the Titans are looking really good now for an NCAA tournament berth.
20-4 with the win tonight, while North Park suffers a 5th straight defeat, but they are still likely headed to the CCIW tournament as the number 3 seed, and a matchup next Tuesday night against any one of 3 or 4 teams. We'll figure that out on Saturday. But North Park takes the loss, and the Titans will head into the regular season finale on Saturday at Augustana. We'll be back with our post-game. A player, guest, and Coach Ron Rose will join us. The Titans win it 87-81. This is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball on 88.1 FM, WBSN, and IWSports.com.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight 13-12.
I can see it now. The smell of the grass on the quad. That sense of excitement in the air each fall. It feels like yesterday. While I'm no longer 18, I know there are students out there ready for an opportunity like I had. For the space to discover passions, bond over dreams, and make lifelong friends. Breakthrough at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Just needed to hear you talk there. There we go. All right, coming up here in just a second. All right. And welcome back to Shirk Center here at Illinois Wesleyan. The Titans get a battle from North Park, and they hold on for the victory, 87-81, in what we hope will not be the final home game of the season for Illinois Wesleyan. However, if it is, it'll be the swan song for the Titans senior class, who we got a chance to recognize on Saturday. We have an opportunity to talk to another of the Titans seniors, Shea Miller, who we kind of think of as the heart and soul of this basketball team. What are your reflections as you prepare to head off in your final games with Illinois Wesleyan?
I'm just happy to be battling with the guys that I love the most. These guys that's been playing out there, I've been trying to support them all season as best as I can, just because this is a family. I mean, this community, this team, the coaches, top to bottom is just family. So if we all can buy in, I mean, this team is one of a kind, one of the best since I've been here. So I think we can really make some noise in the postseason if we just stay consistent and locked in. This group is real special and unique.
We'd like you to chime in on something. Eric and I had a second-half discussion ranking Nick Roper dunks. So the one that we saw tonight, Shane, where would you put it? I mean, that's quite a list.
I mean, this one for sure tonight was probably the top, just because the sequence that happened.
Yeah,
I mean, if we talk about it, Keem got the glass block, and it was in transition, headed right down to Roper, and man, Roper does Roper things. We call him tricky for a reason, because he's just tricky with it. And so this was up there as one of the most impressive dunks I've seen by my boy in a while. So.
Talk about what was halftime like. I mean, you gave up 46. What was the conversation? Because, boy, the defense geared up in the second half.
Just to lock down and stay to our fundamentals. I mean, as you see, North Park wanted us to speed us up as much as they can. They was getting it out and going every time. And so we just wanted to sit down in a defensive stance. I mean, we preach every day, especially with Coach Rose and Coach Etheridge, hand on leather. That's the main thing that they preach to us. So if we just get that hand on leather and stay down and get to our defensive fundamentals, I promise you this team is one of a kind, like I keep saying. So.
What is it like going against Mason Funk every day in practice?
Unique. I mean, his game is so, I like to call him a utility man. He is so versatile in how he goes down the floor. He can hit you with a deep three, or he can slice and dice and spin move right back to his left hand for the layup. And so his game is just so unique that it helps us in a way. So and it really makes it indecisive for teams to try to guard him too. So.
Well, the coaching staff kind of worked you guys over last week after the break, and a couple losses, and it looks like this team has found its new life here in the past couple of games. How would you describe that?
I definitely agree with you too. I mean, we had 2 tough practices on Monday and Tuesday just to get us ready for back, because we did take a hit last week. So we just wanted to really get back down to the fundamentals of defense, because we know our offense is going to be there. We got some phenomenal basketball players on this program, and so we just wanted to really get back to the basics and get after each other, is what Coach Rose likes to say. A little competitive practices doesn't hurt. So,
how far do you think this team can go?
As much as we take it. I mean, the sky's the limit for this group. I mean, there's really no ceiling. We can see the stars if we want. This potential is unmatched. So that's where I feel like.
Shane, I want to take you back to Saturday. You had about 3 minutes against Milliken there in the first half. Basket, steal, assist for a layup. Talk about those moments and what that meant to you, especially on senior day.
It meant the world to me. I just want to shout out Coach Rose and Coach Etheridge. They always believed in me. I know my time wasn't how we planned it to be, but they make ways to find me to implement me throughout the team. So I just want to say that moment in general, with being out there with all my guys and my best friends, I mean, it's honestly one of the best moments I had since I had been here, just because I love this team. This team is my life. I mean, they picked me up through a lot since I've been here. So the fact that I could share a special moment with them at that time, I mean, it was unmatched. I still have flashbacks about it to this day. So I just love it. I
and
really
then
do.
the banquet afterwards, where we so much appreciated hearing what you had to say. But talk about the banquet and what that meant to you as well.
It meant a lot just because I didn't have the easiest path of getting here. And so just for y'all to hear a little bit about my story, I mean, I embrace my story. Me and my family do. And so to let everyone kind of hear what I've been through trials and tribulations, I mean, it's something that I'm going to take for the rest of my life. And so I'm so glad that banquet allowed me to share a personal moment with y'all. And so like I keep saying, this community, this team, this family, and especially the guys are just really a second home for me. I love it.
Well, Coach Rose talked on Saturday about your charm and your charisma and your just natural innate ability to work a room and make friends. It's remarkable and something that I'm sure will pay off if it hasn't already. Graduation's only a couple of weeks away, really, if you think about it. So how are you thinking about that now?
I mean, I'm really just trying to take every day one day at a time. I'm trying to soak in all the moments because this might be the last home game at Shirk. So just taking a second and just look and just be grateful for all the memories I created since I've been here. I mean, graduation is going to be a real emotional but surreal day as being the first generational student. I mean, first generation of my family to graduate. And so just sharing that special moment with my loved ones, especially my family. So I'm really excited.
Well, we hope there will be many more moments of this basketball season, hopefully a few more of them here at Shirk Center, and we want you to be a part of it as well.
Sir, thank y'all for having me, too. And
Thanks,
thank y'all for all the
we really
support
appreciate
y'all
it.
did for us throughout the year. So we really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Shea Miller, our post-game guest here on the home finale night at Titan win 87-81 over North Park. We'll take a break. We'll hear from Coach Ron Rose in just a moment. This is Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, and IWSports.com.
Broadcast.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight 13-12.
I can see it now. The smell of the grass on the quad. That sense of excitement in the air each fall. It feels like yesterday. While I'm no longer 18, I know there are students out there ready for an opportunity like I had. For the space to discover passions, bond over dreams, and make lifelong friends. Breakthrough at Illinois Wesleyan University.
And we are back at Shirk Center. The final tonight, 87-81, Illinois Wesleyan over North Park. Coach Ron Rose now joining us here. This game seems somewhat reminiscent of the first matchup in the second half, at least, where you started to take control, then all of a sudden North Park kept pulling back in, got it down to 2 possessions late, but at least you were able to finish the deal.
Well, they do that. When you play North Park and the way they play, they're aggressive defensively. They get up and down offensively. No lead is safe, and so we knew that going in. Now, I was a little disappointed. We were at 12. If we would have been a little more solid, felt like we were kind of going for that home run. We had a lot of momentum, a lot of energy, which I loved. But we kind of went for the home run, and it didn't work out. And then they had us on our heels defensively most of the night. I mean, they were going downhill, and we really tried to slow them down, and without a whole lot of success there, they were getting to their spots better than we wanted them to.
Yeah, it was a struggle defensively in the first half, but the first 5 minutes of the second half, you really locked in, and that's where you were able to extend enough of a cushion to push you across the top today.
Yeah, we changed our ball screen coverage a little bit. I thought they were, their fives, the first half, I think they hit 4 or 5 threes.
They did.
And they were really picking and popping, so we kind of made a quick adjustment there. And then Mason Funk, what a great start to the half. When he's active and he's got those quick, long arms, and he got his hand on, I think, in the first minute, 3 balls that created havoc. And so when our defense is really good when it's active like that. And we've got some special defenders in that way in terms of being able to get deflections. And if you look at the first half, I don't know if we hardly had any. And so we're better when we're aggressive. We're better when we dictate on the defensive end. And I thought early in the second half we were.
They're going to get up into you. They're going to try to force turnovers. Well, you handled the ball really well tonight and just about got a shot on every possession.
Yeah, the one thing I wanted was better ball movement. I thought we took care of it. We call it sureness. We were sure with the ball. We weren't lackadaisical with it, but I didn't think it moved crisply where it put the defense in a tough position. And a lot of times it required then us beating our guy one-on-one, and we're just better with better ball movement. I tell you, it was what a boost Trey Bazell gave us. He came in and was on fire in that first half. I thought we did a really good job of finding him in that first half, and he came out, and that was critical for him to kind of carry us offensively there for a while.
Isn't that kind of the calling card of this team, though? It can be somebody different every single night, which has to be nice to be able to look down that bench and look on the floor and say, hey, who is it going to be tonight?
No doubt. And when you think about it, it's Trey Bazell. At their place was Carlo Kolak.
Yeah.
At guys, North Central was Nathan Bolt, and I thought first half Jackson Nego was really good too. So our depth has been a strength of ours all year, but it's even in the starting lineup. I mean, there are times during the game Hakeem can take over. There's times that certainly Roper has a lot. I thought Harrison Wilmson was really good. Talk about efficient. He's been efficient all year when you start looking at his numbers, field goal percentage, 3-point field goal percentage. And I thought he made some really good decisions because they were sending 2 or 3 guys, and he finished when he was open. And then he also made some spectacular passes as well, seeing out to the open man.
North Park might be kind of like a team you might see down the road. A lot of guards. A lot of your big guys are going to have to guard on the perimeter, and pretty successful for the most part tonight being able to do that.
Second half for sure.
Yeah.
I thought first half we kind of struggled, and that's probably my fault. We probably earned the wrong coverage on the ball screen stuff. I do think the second half our guys did a much better job, but part of it was they were coming down at us with momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought we just needed to slow them down and get our defense set, and then everybody was more successful, including our fives guarding the basketball. We got to do a better job of some angles, too. I thought we gave them some angles to drive it, which is certainly their strength.
What is the discussion like when you have such a superior size advantage, especially in the post, of getting it in there, and what is that conversation like with the team?
There's that fine balance, isn't there,
it's
Joel?
Tough, yep.
Because, when we were up 12, when I was saying hit the home run, I think it was 3 straight threes. Now they were open on balance and rhythm. I want our guys shooting those, but at the same time, when you have that advantage inside, you want to take advantage of that also. So I think it's all about balance and that feel for the game of, we haven't scored for 3 or 4 times. We need to get a touch inside, whether it's Nick Roper or Harrison Wilmson. I said a couple weeks ago there are times we'll come down 7-8 possessions and Harrison won't touch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That should never happen.
Yeah.
We have to keep the big fella involved, and so there is that balance because we want to play up and down, but I think the hardest teams to guard are the ones that can score inside but also are threats on the outside, and we have that ability.
Get to this time of year, do you keep track of the NPI? Do you look at any of that stuff, or is it just, hey, preparation for the next game, let's get this done?
Well, the only thing we can really control is when we play the games.
Mm-hmm.
So you do keep, it's all new, so I'm trying to learn about it. So I do watch it a little bit just so I can kind of figure it out and how does it work and where are we at. But it really doesn't mean anything because in the end, how you perform on the floor will determine your NPI. So I am trying to keep an eye on it just so I understand it. but ultimately, I'm more concerned about how we're playing. And, this is the time you need to start peaking. This is a time where you want to play your best basketball. One game in the regular season left, and then it's postseason play.
Joel asked Shane earlier about the dunk and the sequence. Hakeem Williams with a block. What was a sure layup, turns it the other way. A highlight reel moment on both ends of the floor. As you're just watching this on the bench, what's going through your mind?
Well, we coached that, Eric. That was we put that play in.
So
just last week.
Do you demonstrate that yourself, kind of how that works and how that sequence should be?
I taught Hakeem how to pin it on the backboard, and that was ridiculous, wasn't it? I mean, those are things you don't teach. Those are just God-given gifts. And Hakeem, when the kid drove, I mean, I'm seriously thinking he's going to pin this thing because Hakeem has got this unique ability that he's got great body control in the air, and then certainly when rope takes off, there's not a lot guys can do about that. Though that was spectacular, and I wish we could have kept it going at that point. To their credit, I thought they'd call timeout. They played through it and stymied our momentum to their credit. But those were two spectacular plays that you don't see very often.
Yeah, like you said, you hope for carryover from that, but at least you're able to get the win here tonight. 8 20-win seasons in your tenure with number 20 coming tonight.
Yeah, and you know what we were thinking about? 21.
Yeah.
At 21, those are things that are credit to our players and our team, our program. But right now we got to get ourselves ready for Augustana. That's going to be a really tough game in Rock Island. So, and then it sounds like probably headed to Kenosha for the conference tournament. And there's going to be some exciting games, some great games coming up. You do sense, and I don't know how Shane's interview went, but you talked to our seniors, and they're really gearing up for this postseason. So I'm really excited to see what this group can do.
Shane's going to be our color commentator, if that gives you any idea, moving forward. No, I'm just kidding. Shane was terrific. Joel is happily giving up the microphone.
Yep. Oh, Shane's amazing.
Yeah,
he is an amazing young man, and he keeps things energetic, lively. I am incredibly proud of Shane Miller and what he means to this team. And right now he's planning to go into coaching, and he'll be a spectacular coach.
Yep. Well, you've talked about the different personalities on the team and how they all kind of work together. Their different personalities mesh so well. Shane is like a prime example of that.
Well, how fun is it for you guys then? And I think that's one of the really neat things about our program is the interviews you guys do after the games. That is really a cool experience for our guys, but you get to know our guys and see those personalities. And, I'm looking forward to listening to the interview with Shane because he is a wonderful young man and always entertaining.
He had the Roper dunk tonight as number 1 on the Nick Roper dunks. So that was
that's
number 1. So that was the first question we actually asked him was where would he put that and rank that? Yep, and he had that right up on top.
Wow, well, it was pretty spectacular. That one of Chicago was pretty unique
absolutely.
Also. But
Eric and I actually talked about that in the second half. Where would we rank that dunk of all of Nick's dunks so far?
Elmhurst was pretty good too, especially for the significance of it of what happened the last time we tried to dunk.
You guys do know what Coach Bridges would say.
Only 2 points.
It only counts 2 points, but it's an exciting play for sure.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yep.
Congrats on win number 20, and we'll see you Saturday in Rock Island.
We appreciate you guys. It's been a great year at the Shirk Center. I want to thank all our supporters for coming out. I believe number 2 in the country in terms of attendance at home. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone coming out supporting this team. It means a great deal to us, and we don't take it for granted. So thank you, Titan Nation.
All right, thank you, Coach Ron Rose. Our postgame continues in a moment as the Titans win it tonight 87-81. In fact, let's just keep it here for the final numbers in this Titan victory. 5 men in double figures for Illinois Wesleyan, led by Harrison Williamson, 17 points and 7 rebounds. Trey Bazell next up with 16 in the Titan win. Nick Roper had 12 to go with 7 assists. Josh Fridman, 10 points. Mason Funk had 10. Hakeem Williams had 9 points, 6 rebounds, and a steal. Jackson Ego had 5. Marco Anderson, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Carlo Kolak, 4 points, 2 boards. Nathan Bolt did not score. The Titans shot 51% from the field, including 59% of the first half in the victory. Titans were 10 of 27 from 3 for 37%, 13 of 17 at the free throw line for 77%. Titans won the battle of the boards 33-28, though they were out-rebounded in the first half. A much different story in half number 2. Titans had 13 turnovers, while the Vikings had 14. North Park had 3 in double figures, led by Rico Powell's 23 points. Devontae Robinson and Tajon Berry both had 12. Lance Nelson had 9. Tristan Arnaud had 7. Dylan Fuzak had 6. TJ Gardner had 6. William Bates had 4. Kyron Gardner had 2. Preston Bax III did not score. Vikings suffered their 5th straight defeat, still likely looking at the number 3 seed in the CCIW tournament, and Illinois Wesleyan has pretty much locked in the number 2 with the win tonight for Carthage. They wrap up the number 1 seed in the conference tournament, so it's back to the Badger State next week.
Yep, it certainly is. And before that, a stop in Rock Island. Augustana always plays well on their home floor, and Augie put up over 100 points against Wheaton tonight, so they had an outstanding effort right there. But Augustana, Illinois Wesleyan, always a big rivalry, and certainly the Vikings of Augustana will be ready to play on Saturday. That will be a tough game for the Titans. But Illinois Wesleyan tonight, good job of, just kind of sticking with it tonight. North Park kept making those runs. The Titans got to 14 a couple times in the second half. Give North Park a ton of credit for being able to hang in there, keep it close. But Illinois Wesleyan made enough plays down the stretch to be able to pull out the victory.
The Titan women also winners tonight at North Central, 79-55, as they get ready for their finale on Saturday at Rock Island as well. We'll have the pregame with Matt Sossler at 1:50 on Saturday, and the men will tip at 4:15 on Saturday from the Carver Center. Our thanks to our crew here tonight, Bucket Paulson in our WESN studios, and the crew here at Shirk Center, our sideline reporter Alex Bardanitis, along with Tyler Wilson, Stacy Igiola, Dylan Meyer, Ellie Moore, Lola Avila, Nicole Duma, Caleb Swanson, Vinny Mangina, and Tyler Wilson. For Joel Swanson, I'm Eric Stock saying so long from Shirk Center. Again, our final score, Illinois Wesleyan 87, North Park University 81. This has been Illinois Wesleyan Titan Basketball on 88.1 FM, WESN, and IWSports.com.